Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Gerstmann, and here we are. If you're watching this live, we are just under 15 minutes away from the start of Summer Game Fest. This is the multi-publisher, multi-jurisdictional live stream where a bunch of games get announced. Jeff Keighley and I believe Lucy James will be hosting the show. And yeah, I don't know. There's there's some stuff. I'm not sure what to really expect here. Some people keep saying, "Oh, Half-Life 3 is." I saw something yesterday that was like Gabe Newell's boat, his super yacht, just docked in California, Southern California. So clearly, he's gonna be on stage at the summer game, and I'm just like, yes, this is the level of fucking insane shit I want. I don't know, I really think anything is possible, especially when it comes to Valve. Like, you kind of just never know. Because why not, right? Why not? But also maybe they've got a Steam Deck 2 that they're working on, and maybe they've got nothing, and it's just an ad for the Steam Deck, and they're doing Steam giveaways, and that's why their logo was on the partners list for the Summer Game Fest, right? Nintendo has their logo on it, and I bet it's just going to be a thing saying like, Mario Kart's good, you should check it out. Here's Paul Rudd. You seen the ads? Isn't that cool? Like, I don't think Nintendo's going to have like anything major and new to show here. But the beautiful thing about this is that when it comes to announcements of that level, it's very easy to be wrong about it. And so you kind of never know. Mr. asks, could it be a new Steam Deck? I mean, it could be, but when we look at what Valve has been saying around when they want to release a new Steam Deck and what they would take for the hardware to change enough for them to want to do it, I don't necessarily think that it's time for a full generational move. The stuff that's out there now is definitely like a little bit more powerful than a Steam Deck, but I think if they put one out, it'd be like, well, okay. Sure, maybe they get out here and announce their standalone VR headset. That doesn't seem super exciting. It doesn't seem extremely exciting to me, but they do have to do that thing eventually. If they're going to do it, they should do it. And why not announce it on a stage like this, even if I think, VR is kind of done, I guess. I don't know. I was interviewed by NPR yesterday for a thing that will run Sunday. And they asked me about virtual reality. I was like, is that the future? That seemed like that was the future? And I was like, no, no, it is not. But I do think that like Valve having their own standalone headset is a good idea. To have something that is not run by Facebook, that sounds great. The work they've done with Proton in terms of just like, if they can make a Steam Deck that is also a VR headset basically and have that run acceptably well, I think that there's something pretty cool there. And they should do that. And I think they will do that, right? And I think they will do Half-Life 3. I mean, the signs are all there, or a Half-Life thing. Even if they don't call it 3, which would be very funny. It's Half-Life, the Revenge, Gordon's Revenge. That would be fun. It'd be cool to see that. Jeff Keighley has a long history with the Half-Life franchise and reveals and last hours of and first hours of and all that other stuff. So, the relationship is certainly there for something like this. It's either Jeff or Danny O'Dwyer at this point, right? I mean, and Danny O'Dwyer, I think, is still in a car. I don't think he's in Los Angeles yet. Maybe he's at Del Taco by now. And what else? I thought the Mortal Kombat thing was going to be announced here and not at the Sony thing because there was no Sony thing announced at the time. So yeah, I that was one of the things that I thought was going to be here. There's yeah, I've heard a couple of things that I won't necessarily spoil here, because I heard them in weird ways. But there's a couple of things I'm looking forward to, and I don't know what the games are. It's just like I know a couple of studios that I think are going to have games here that I want to know more about. And yeah, Mortal Kombat is also Switch 2. Mortal Kombat collection's on everything. It is on Switch 1, Switch 2, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4, PS5, PC. Like that thing is on everything. Like they put out a separate press release separate from the Sony thing there, to kind of, let people know that thing was coming along. So yeah, I guess like, I don't know what to expect. Like there's been so much other stuff going on with the Switch 2, that it was just like I don't even have time to like run down rumors or just like get a look at like what the shit supposedly is. Yeah, do we get like more? Yeah, Virtua Fighter 6. That's Secret 48. Yeah, that would be a good thing to show more of. But also, Sega has already established a separate venue for them to show Virtua Fighter stuff, and also remember that Evo is coming up later this summer. So like there are places for them to show a fighting game. Maybe we see like a Persona 4 remake here. That's been the thing that's been pretty heavily rumored lately as an existing game. So maybe that's something they could announce here. That would maybe make sense. Sega has some other stuff that they're showing to people this weekend. So, as a company, they're kind of here. So I could see that. Maybe we see like one Microsoft thing as a little like, hey, here you go. Here's a thing. Maybe you could see like a Helldivers 2 coming to new platforms thing here. This would be a neutral territory sort of place to announce something like that. And so, that's yeah, you know what? That maybe this is the place where they say that. Because Sunday, I would figure that Sunday would be like a little more platform agnostic and a little more like, well, I don't know, that would be a good like partner thing for Xbox to do, to show like, hey, this game from Arrowhead, which is now, as of today, like 16% owned by Tencent, apparently. That maybe they show something there. Maybe Call of Duty gets shown here. Maybe Tony Hawk gets shown here, and they focus more on like Xbox like game studios. That's such a weird split. I don't know that'll be. I'm curious to see how they handle stuff from Bethesda and from Activision in the Xbox showcase. If it's something that they still try to break out as separate and be like, there's Tony Hawk from our partners at Activision or whatever. But I would expect that Call of Duty is on the Xbox show. They could show one piece of it here and another piece of it there. It's a big enough franchise that, you could do a campaign thing here, a multiplayer thing there, whatever. But we'll kind of see what that thing is. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. There's it's nice to like, sometimes it feels like literally anything is possible. And I think that this is an interesting year just for video games and announcements and all this other stuff. Now that the Switch 2 is out and a lot of those kind of like developer NDAs are just kind of like out of view, the floodgates can theoretically open for third-party announcements for Switch 2 games. Ubisoft is not having their own show, so I would expect they would show something here. I think they also said they would be a part of the PC gaming show whenever that is happening. And they could certainly have something at Xbox as well. But yeah, it feels like that there's a lot of room for some games to be announced right now. In terms of like, what is this studio working on? What's this? There's a lot. I guess, Capcom got the Pragmata news out of the way at the Sony thing. So, that could have been whatever. That was a big reveal there, but they got that out of the way, so to speak. Season 3 for Street Fighter 6. I would think that, again, like fighting game announcements, like this close to Evo, I would probably say expect something like that out of Evo. That's an Evo level announcement and not necessarily a Summer Game Fest. They could. I don't know. But I think that would hit harder at Evo. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I there are a few things that I'm aware of, like some companies that are participating here. Injustice 3, and probably not Injustice 3, if only because I think if you look at the last couple of NetherRealm releases, they were really good about announcing them and then releasing them and not having these really long windows for like preview coverage and that sort of stuff. Like they tightened it up. And talking to Ed about that a while ago, he was like, I really like it this way. So I think he really he likes not having to do a ton of press and drip feed characters that all leak anyway and whatever else. So I think, if they were going to do whatever their next game ends up being, I think they will announce it a little bit closer to release. Let's head over to the arena because we're just a few minutes away now. We'll unmute just to get a I've got something here. I got it at a Sprouts, which it's all fancy, so they don't have any of the good brands. It's a weird tea, white peach oolong tea, plant-based with organic caffeine. It sounds terrible, but it's got 160 milligrams. Let's see if this thing's any good. I hope it is, because I didn't bring any other beverages in here. Smells like a white peach and like a tea. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's plant-based with organic caffeine. Like all the teas be doing. Oh. Oh. Yeah! Stick it up your... Yeah! Stick it up your... Yeah! Powerball! Powerball! This is Mr. Do. We'll play with the volume a little bit. But yeah, I don't have a good... It's nice. I don't have a good handle on a ton of what what's going to be shown here. And I don't know, there would definitely be E3 press conferences where I would feel like I had like 80% of it already and knew, just because you get down to LA and everyone starts talking. But I don't know. Like now that everything is a little more spread out, a little weirder, it's kind of nice. Spine. Yeah, maybe Spine shows up here. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, BMX Triple X2, of course. Of course. Why wouldn't? I mean, Acclaim is back, right? So Acclaim has to announce something. In 40 seconds. World premiere. Yeah, Tony Hawk could be here in some capacity, or maybe that gets saved for Xbox. Like I said, it's hard to say with some of this stuff that Microsoft owns that doesn't necessarily get labeled as Xbox. We know Splitgate's going to be here in some capacity. Yeah, maybe Arc Raiders comes back, right? I mean, did they say anything about that? I mean, you know.
Please welcome to the stage the creator of the Game Awards,
The creator.
Jeff Keighley.
People seem very big on Arc Raiders. I want to try it. I have not seen it for myself.
I love the energy. Hello, everybody.
Mushroom
King
Summer
Game
Game
Fest, a showcase to celebrate what's new and next in video games. Now, every year, we have the distinct honor of coming together to spotlight the boundless creativity that defines our industry. Thank you all for joining us and giving us your time. And special thanks to Dante. I was reading my feed this morning and saw that he canceled a date.
Devil
and he
May
hopes
Cry.
I don't disappoint him. Dante, we're going to do our best to make it worth your while. We have a really fun show ahead. Over the next 2 hours, we're going to give you a whirlwind tour of dozens of games.
Whirlwind
from studios
premiere.
Big and small. From Lego bricks to puppets, zombies to Marvel heroes, this show has a little bit of everything, including, yes, some brand new game announcements. Gotta have some of those. Now, before we dive into the excitement, let's take a moment to recognize just how dynamic our industry has become. Here's a look at the top 10 selling new games on Steam so far in 2025 by units, according to Game Discover Co. Lots of great games. Now, the list includes beloved franchises, but sitting proudly at number 1 with over 13 million units sold since February is Repo, a groundbreaking indie game crafted by a passionate team of just 10 people at Semiwork in Uppsala, Sweden. And closely trailing it is Schedule 1 from TVGS, a solo developer in Australia. It's inspiring that these indie
Which is about
creations stand side by
smuggling
side with heavyweights
Like,
like
what?
Monster
Tell me what
Hunter
Schedule 1's about,
Wilds
Jeff.
and the Oblivion
Use your
remake.
stage time to talk.
Absolutely. Now let's also applaud Claire Obscure from Sandfall. Okay. They might get some nominations at the end of the year. We're not there yet, but it is a monumental achievement, earning the highest user Metacritic score ever recorded for a game, all from a team of under 30 developers who bravely stepped away from big publishers to forge their own path. One thing is clear. With digital distribution and engines like Unreal, today's most innovative projects increasingly emerge from outside the traditional publisher system. And that's something to celebrate. But with more than 18,000
Something to celebrate, but also the traditional
games
publisher
released on
system is
Steam just
fucking
last
broken.
year, more than double from 2020, the challenge now is discovery. And that's precisely why events like Summer Game Fest, our partner showcases happening all weekend long, and initiatives like the Steam Next Fest are so essential. These events help remarkable games, big and small, find their audiences. And hopefully, if you're watching this show, you'll discover your next favorite game. So, in that spirit, let's kick things off with a game from an independent studio who is thinking very big. In 2017, 4 developers broke away from AAA publishers to chart their own course. Today, they're a thriving independent studio of 30 creators. And what you're about to see is a powerful testament to what passion, freedom, and a small, dedicated team can achieve. Let's take a look at our first new game announcement.
You think you're the Harbinger. You might be.
Oh. I hear the guitar as my fingers reach over for the buttons, man. I can't help it. Yeah. Creepy beard man.
Note of your nature. You're a weapon, child.
Okay. Yes, kill the creepy beard man by pulling his beard. This looks neat. Ah. More creepy beard dudes, but giant head beard.
Until you fail. Then what?
You're no god. But neither are they.
It's got a real style to it. Mortal's Hell.
All right, didn't that look great? Well, we got lots more to come. But right now, the end, the Nexus War, Galactus Fight, or even live at Risky Reels. Over the years, Fortnite has innovated with mass-scale live in-game events. And tomorrow, Fortnite is set to do it again across console, PC, and phones. The Death Star's super laser is charged and ready to decimate the Battle Royale island.
They're charging their laser?
But there's still
hang on.
hope. You and your friends can join the fight. Here's the first exclusive look at what you'll be part of tomorrow in the brand new live event, Death Star Sabotage.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hit him with everything you've got.
Okay.
Jonesy, all right. Right now, it is an honor to welcome to Summer Game Fest a legendary game creator who is set to release his latest project in just a few short weeks. With each of his games, he pushes the gaming medium in bold new directions, and we are honored to have him with us for the first time at Summer Game Fest in person. Please, everyone, join me in welcoming the great Mr. Hideo Kojima.
Holy shit. I mean, the shocking part is that he's on the show this early.
Mr. Kojima, here we are. The world tour begins at Summer Game Fest. It's great to have you here. We are so excited for DS2. So let me ask you, Mr. Kojima, you've worked for many years on this project. What do you hope players take away from DS2 when they play it later this month?
DS1 が出た後にコロナになったので、
Well, we hit the pandemic after
まあ
we released
僕ら皆さ
DS1.
ん、まあ、コロナを体験したと思うの
Everyone
で、
experienced
コロ
the
ナを体
pandemic.
験した中での
So,
新しいつながりというか、
I wanted to
それをも
show
う一度ゲー
something
ムをプレイし
new
ながら、まあ
connection
考えていただきたいと
after
思い
we
ます。
faced the pandemic. So I want everyone you to think about that when you play this game.
Okay, well, talking about playing the game, it's coming out later this month, but right now I know you prepared a special exclusive clip for SGF. Let's take a look at this.
はい、
I've been playing this. They have sent out review copies of this already.
Welcome. Have a seat. Over here, please. No smoking, please. So you are
Bad
new
enough that everyone's
learner.
got dooms. We don't also need lung cancer, man.
What do you do? for a living?
I'm a porter.
So thank you. We're good for the day.
Okay. Thanks.
Neil.
What?
So you made it then.
Sorry.
You really don't remember me.
Oh, weird.
The girl. You're alive. Stop! 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 Stop!
So much mystery. Well, that was a clip from the game, a cutscene.
Sure.
We saw a first glimpse
Sure,
of
man.
Neil and Lucy, and we met them in the trailer back at South by Southwest, but we got a little bit more of them here. Tell us a little bit more about this clip and the characters of Neil and Lucy.
DS2 で非常
Neil's a
に重
porter?
要なキ
In
ャラクターです。
It's a very important character.
ニールとルーシ
Neil
ー。
and
で、
Lucy.
まあちょっと詳しくは言えませんけ
I
ど、
can't really say because there'll be spoilers.
手にカニ座の刻印が2人
You
あると
saw the cancer mark on both of their
すごい
hands
深いつながりがあって
So they have
これが
this
物語に
deep
大き
connection
く関わってきます。
and
で
reveals
前回
throughout the
クリ
story.
フっていう人気キャラクターがい
And
まし
last
たけ
time
ど
on
マツさんがや
DS1,
って
we have Cliff,
で
who was
物
played
語
by
的には
Max.
彼はもういなくな
And
った
of
の
course,
で
by story,
まあ 2では出せ
he will
ない
not be in
で今回
DS2.
ニールっていうのが
But
マ
this
ツさ
time,
んの代わりというか
Neil
その
will
同
be
じような
like
役割を担って
playing like the role that
登場
Max
します
did for DS2
で
this
まあクリ
time.
フすごい人気あったので
And Cliff was a very
まあ
popular
クリフを超えるようなキャラクタ
But I
ーを作ろうとしてまあルカさん
We
に
have
お
to
願い
kind
し
of
て
like top that
結構いいキャ
character.
ラクター
So
に
Luca
なったと
Marinetti was a great
非
actor,
常
and
に
I
心
think
に残る演技もして
it
い
was
ただ
great.
いた
He did a great performance, so I think you'll like this new character,
も
Neil,
う
too.
20日後にゲーム出るん
Okay.
で
Well, the game's going to be out in 20 days, so I'm not going to give any spoilers, you know. That's
I know.
what I brought today.
But there is more to share, and you won't have to wait very long to learn more about the game. Actually, this Sunday, as part of Summer Game Fest, you tune into the DS2 live game premiere, where Hideo will be joined by many members of the cast. He'll be sharing a new demo of the game, live gameplay demo, alongside Elle Fanning and Troy Baker, and I'll be there hosting it. And let's just say this is not the last that you've seen of Neil this weekend, and we'll leave it at that.
ニールのゲームプレイシーンっていうのを
Yes,
出し
I'll
ます
show
の
you
で
the gameplay scene of
見に
Neil.
来てください
So hope you enjoy. Will join us Sunday too.
Excellent. All right.
I don't know that
thank
this-
you so much. Hideo Kojima, everyone. Great to see you, Mr. Kojima.
I don't know
Thank
that
you.
this stuff like benefits the game. You know, like having the actors and stuff like that
All
together
right,
for
and
the
now
thing
I'd
they're doing
to introduce
Sunday
my
like sounds
co-host
okay,
for
but
Summer
like
Game Fest. She's along for the party, a veteran games journalist on GameSpot and the co-host of the Friends Per Second podcast. Please join me in welcoming the incredible Lucy James.
Thanks, Jeff, and hello, Summer Game Fest. I am so excited to be here this year. Thank you for having me. Now, we are honored to reveal an exciting new project from Raw Power Games, a new team headquartered in Copenhagen, Denmark. Here, you can engage in intense combat, fight for land, glory, and legacy, and lead massive armies into epic-scale battles, as narrated by actor Tom Hardy.
Thou shalt not kill. So the priests tell us. So the Lord commands. But ambitious men do not listen. I sought no war. But war found me.
but I'm playing with my horsies.
could win redemption through my deeds.
I just want Tom Hardy to yell about what is or isn't a shootout.
Once taken, have only one ending.
Or I want him to rap. I mean, honestly.
I shall find no peace. On this road, there is only death.
Tom Hardy contains multitudes, man.
Go write your own.
Or fucking don't. Whatever, man. We were gonna name it Medieval Chronicles, but we decided to flip it on them. It's Chronicles. Medieval.
That was a very cool new project in a brutal European medieval world. Now it's time to hang on to the edge of tomorrow.
What?
Sonic Racing Crossworld
Damn
is
it.
a thrilling new entry in the legacy of racing action games within the Sonic franchise. Crossworlds brings other worlds and familiar faces to
Other
Sonic
worlds
Racing,
like Hang On?
including surprise
Is the
guest
bike from Hang
characters
On in
being
this?
revealed here at SGF for the first time.
World premiere. Gangster.
Okay. Yeah. Is that a power-up that makes the carts big so they can run over the other carts? Because I've never seen that before.
Let's mix it up.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Why? Yeah. Why would... Everyone is here. Is that crowd noise, or did they insert crowd noise into their trailer?
Time for me to win this.
Coming in September, but that is not all. We'd like to introduce the man behind the creation of everyone's favorite blue hedgehog, Takashi Iizuka.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm honored to be here to talk about our latest Sonic Racing game. Sonic Racing Crossworld is the next generation of the Sonic Racing series, developed by Sonic Team and the Sega Arcade Racing Team. You can feel brand new experience from the new future travel ring, which you can warp in the race. Also, unlike another kart racing game, this game will have online cross-platform matchmaking.
Why, that's not an applause line. The other, like, unlike other game, it is only on one platform.
All of
like,
the platform. Lastly,
yeah, fuck you.
I have one more thing I'd like to show everyone here today. Take a look inside of the travel ring.
No. Is Jim Carrey in the game? Can we... Okay, yeah.
Minecraft and Sonic. I guess you could say you gotta go craft. Well, I gotta laugh. That's all I want. That's all I want. Next,
I mean, they put Sonic into
reveal a
Minecraft,
brand
so...
new action RPG from Bandai Namco Studios. Embark on a journey across a dark fantasy world and uncover a vast story that eclipses time.
Oh, jeez. You stabbed me.
Time. For some, it heals.
That ain't That ain't right. You ain't supposed to have candles up in where your face piece goes.
It wounds. And for our world, it promises only oblivion. Our hopes lost long ago. But you...
I put out her candles. All this fucking like faceless people and dripping pustules and like, you know, it's just a lot of it. There's just a lot of this now, you know? There's too much.
Could you undo the sins of ruin? In this time, or maybe the next, you'll find how to save us all.
And like this anime couple in the middle of it all is just fucking weird too. Anime boy and girl against the Blister Factory. Why would you make a Code Vein 2? Whatever. All right, fine, sure. That giant hand jumped on top of that guy and humped him. More goo and pus. I feel like Section 9's name was on a list.
That was a very moody, cool new game.
That Epic was
End of Abyss, the debut
yeah,
title
anyway.
from Malmo, Sweden-based Section 9 Interactive, an atmospheric action-adventure game coming in 2026 to the Epic Games Store and consoles. Next, we'll step into the black and white world of rubber hose animation with Mouse PI for Hire, developed by first-time developer.
This has been a neat-looking game.
Published by PlaySide, releasing later this year. Here's a quick new look at the game and the reveal of a familiar voice.
There's something rotten at the heart of Mouseburg.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
There are those who would bend the city to their will.
Dumb wise guys and fake cheese wheels.
And those who do anything to save it.
They won't even know what
It's cool, man.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And now the final piece. Finally, Troy Baker.
Another role for Troy Baker. All right, that's not
Even
all
Keeley-
from
even
PlaySide.
Keeley
Now comes
is
the
like,
announcement of another ambitious
another
project
role
from this
for Troy
independent Australian
Baker.
developer. We've been talking to them for a while about this project, which builds on their recent launches of Kill Knight and Age of Darkness. But this takes things to a whole new level. It's a premium real-time strategy game built for PC based on one of the most iconic fantasy franchises in the world. Any guesses? Let's take a look.
You may think you know
how the game is played.
It's all about the game.
Is not the game.
And how you play it. Time to play the game.
On your knees, dog.
This is your legacy.
My legacy is getting burned alive by dragons? Well, okay.
You decide who wins and who dies.
Oh, is this? People in chat are saying this is Game of Thrones, which okay, sure.
Game of Thrones. War for Westeros.
All right.
All right, now it is time for the global reveal of an FPS action-adventure RPG.
Sure. Just keep rattling them off. Deck builder roguelite like.
Once said, one could count 1,000,000 billion suns in the known universe.
The weird hands from the first Descendant.
Beings? It is said, if they were out there, they would have visited Earth. My answer is, maybe
Gun.
they will visit us. But time has not come yet for this. The dawn of a new era. The era of a
Oh, weird.
Heart. 2.
What was the last game trailer that used this song? Tomorrow was Dead Island? Yeah. Yeah. Was it Dead Island?
Have a good hunt, Captain.
This game's got ass and weird jubbly creatures. This looks nice, but then everyone said that about Atomic Heart 1, and then that came out, and Yes, now we need to... Are we injecting pus or sucking pus out? We need more pus. Lady, you got any pus? 1S. No. Well...
That's right. Atomic Heart 2 is in active development at Munfish on Unreal Engine 5, a spiritual successor to the first game with a retro-futuristic world on a global scale, and this time there's a greater emphasis on RPG elements and player freedom. But that, believe it or not,
player
is not
freedom.
all from Munfish today.
Atomic Heart 3.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
It's in the sky, a giant cube.
Whoever taps to get to the center of it will win something.
I believe it myself. When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see it. You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness.
Why does he not sound like the way a person talks?
How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
Is this... are you making a battle royale? Are we dropping out of the cube 100 people at a time? Did you make a multiplayer extraction shooter set in the world of Atomic Hearts?
Cute little guy. The Cube is yet another new project from Munfish, an MMORPG shooter set in the Atomic universe on a massive levitating cube. You can see there, where the edges are constantly rotating to create unique gameplay combinations that are ever evolving.
That sounds interesting.
All right, let's jump into the Marvel Cosmic Invasion universe. The new retro beat-em-up coming to PC and consoles this holiday with multiplayer fun for up to 4 players. You can pick between 15 Marvel characters to play, but so far, only 7 have been revealed. Well,
how massive are we talking here? You can't just come out here and say things like MMO and then say like, it's got 100 players. Like that's not unique anymore. This seems like it could be cool. I feel like the kind of like new old belt scroller thing has been really hit and miss. There was that garbage ass G.I. Joe game. Garbage ass is a little strong. But .mu, they've done some good stuff. Obviously, Streets of Rage, so they seem to know how to make a good one of those. So
what is this place?
Yeah.
Also, you don't have a chance.
Yeah, parry that shit.
Not enough. I need more. Pick your battle, piggy.
Now, see, that's what I want to see. You stab a video game guy and gems come out and you collect them for power. Not pus, not goo.
We both want the same thing, Musashi. But there's only room for one at the top. And it won't be a coward who runs from jewels. Words never did work between us, did they? Sasaki Ganyu.
This looks very cool. Yeah, suck up them gems. Oh, geez. Was that guy's wife live in his arm? Because Capcom,
That was a new look at Onimusha Way of the Sword, which we announced back in December at the TGAs. It is coming in 2026 and will be playable this summer at Gamescom. Now let's completely switch gears. You guys all know I love my puppets, and this next project is one I've been tracking for a few years, as a team at Sans String Studios is using Unreal Engine 5 to create an insane digital puppeteering pipeline. It's actually a thing. What you're about to see is running completely in real time in Unreal, and I cannot wait to play it. Here is an unexpected new game announcement that combines comedic storytelling and arcade fighting action. Check this out.
Keep your creepy puppets away from me, man.
Fuzzy, the tournament of 1,000,000 punches, you'll get yourself killed!
From the makers of Clay Fighter comes...
All right, you little sack of fuzzy shit. Show me what you got. What? If you're gonna be champ, we gotta transform you. Why are you even here? Don't waste my time.
Save us, Fuzzy, or we'll die.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Eat bread, crap, burnt toast, carb load. This meat ain't gonna beat itself. I've been taking dumps in there all day. Jab, jab, jab.
Huh. That's the Flying Lotus game. Okay.
Super fun. Got to wish list that, right? All right, well, next it's time to see the announcement of a brand new game in Deception We Trust.
In Tecmo's Deception.
An ancient white castle deep in the mountains, lost to time and legend. Only the chosen find their way here. Gathered from every corner of the earth.
I'm a cowboy. Is it Quake 3?
Yet bound.
I'm a cowboy. I'm a walking eyeball. I'm just a guy.
Engaged in a perilous dance of wits. A game where truth is but a shadow. Enough theatrics. I'll get to the point. Killer Inn is a murder mystery action game. The killers lurk
that lady's the killer.
In plain sight.
Oh no, that lady's the killer.
And a clue will remain. Hair, fingerprints, blood, clothes. The lambs scramble to find clues. One step closer to
that guy,
unmasking the culprit.
there's the killer.
Who is guilty will eventually come to light. Wolves win by killing every lamb. Lambs win by booting out every wolf. Such simple rules. But there's so much more to this game of murderous mystery. Complete quests to level up. Buy items with the gold you earn. Loot chests for weapons and
I love
armor.
to buy
Steal
items with the gold I
blow
earn.
up opponents, poison others, place traps. Discover one of your own is a wolf. Is killing not to your taste? Then you'd better escape the castle. Now the paths to victory are clear. You would do well to remember, deceit and deduction are your strongest weapons in this game of life or death. Your invitation awaits.
Yeah, okay.
That was Killer Inn, a 24-player multiplayer game from Square Enix where you compete in a game of life or death using social deduction skills to win. All right, it's hard to believe this next game was first announced at TGA in 2021. And though it's been a while, their recent tech tests prove that some things are definitely worth the wait. I'm of course talking about Arc Raiders. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year, and we're excited to share a new trailer which will tell you more about the mysteries surrounding the world of Speranza and the long-awaited launch date coming later this year. From Embark Studios, here's the world premiere
So
of the
not
release
today,
date
then.
trailer
Got it.
for Arc Raiders.
Breathe. Let your body settle into a slower rhythm. Clear your mind of all distractions. You don't have to walk this path alone. Surround yourself with resourceful friends. are in control.
I tried to honk the horn to let you know they were coming.
That's right, everyone. Arc Raiders is coming October 30th, 2025 for PC and console. Congrats to Embark Studios.
I feel like for as much as people have played that game, that trailer could have maybe
world of Arrakis yourself.
been more focused on
Dune
that.
Awakening combines the survival and MMO genres with a thrilling cinematic story. It arrives on PC in just a few days on June 10th, but you can play it right now in Steam Advanced Access. Here is a brand new look.
At some point, I lost track of which Dune game was which. So Advanced Access is the Steam term for if you pay extra, you can play it now. That is, they have put a label on that concept. If you're not familiar with it, it is just the, you bought the deluxe version and now you can play it. 3 days early or whatever they do. I guess I didn't realize this game was this close to being out. You hold the knife bad, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'll check this out. I don't know. I'll see what's up with this. Yeah, Dune Man Keefzilla. That's I want to play as Dune has never been a property that I've followed super closely. Like, it was an all right movie. And then I know they made those new ones, but I haven't really been super interested in seeing that stuff. But Dune's all right. You know what's good? Dune 2. Dune 2000. You want to talk about some good Dune shit? It's Dune 2.
To ash, consumed by the void. Try as I might to quell their advance. 'Twas all for naught.
Bunch of creepy, faceless fucking weirdos. We're gonna get Scorn 2 as part of this presentation.
Some say time stops
just
for no
dripping pus cocks for an hour and a half.
neither man nor God, living nor dead. What then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken
I feel like as I watch more and more of this presentation, like I'm coming around on the arguments of like maybe games have too many like maybe there are too many games with parrying, and maybe we've crossed a line.
Your journey awaits.
Every hero's
But parrying is so much fun.
But the true lead of the story has yet to emerge. Whatever's coming next.
Yeah, Chrono Odyssey, the follow-up to all the. We're not going to say the name, but it's definitely a sequel to one of those. You should get very excited.
To you, sir.
Just as he once came to me, filling that dark tower with light.
What happened while I was out? So I hear you're looking for someone?
The victors show no mercy.
Is this game free to play?
People here despise weakness, worship strength, and crave glory.
I never doubted that you'd end up here.
I'm merely curious. What ending have you penned for Septimons
okay.
this time?
A rat in the vessel. Such a tiny nuisance.
Well, I mean, if you zoomed the camera in, it wouldn't be so tiny, but I don't know. I get your point.
And don't come back.
That's Mio, Memories in Orbit, a stunning new Metroidvania platformer that has a demo on Steam you can play right now as part of Next Fest. What you're about to see next is a stop-motion co-op platformer where everything has been crafted by hand. It's called Out of Words, and I'm honored to show it to you today.
Kong Orange is a good name for a thing.
Don't you see? We can't.
Come on, follow me.
This is neat. I assume that's a game you will have to play two-player. Like we're in this, seeing more developers go like, "Well, Hazelight did it. Fuck it.
This August signals
Fuck
the
that
release
guy.
of
We can make
Mafia:
those games."
The Old Country, the next entry in the acclaimed Mafia franchise from the team at Hangar 13. It's a gritty mob story set in the brutal underworld of 1900 Sicily. Here is the Summer Game Fest trailer.
Betrayal burns because it can only come from someone close. An enemy can't hurt you like a friend.
Who are you?
Sono Enzo. I work here.
My friends, my family, my beautiful daughter, Isabella.
Don Torrisi looks out for people.
I like my Mafia stories to be set in the 70s and be real filthy.
Teach them a lesson.
You know?
Remind them of their obligations.
This is between us and Spadaro.
Where I come from, commitment means everything. If this is how he wants it, this is how it'll be.
The Dons noticed you, Enzo. This is an opportunity.
Do you wish to commit to this family?
Enzo! We can't let them get away!
When Isabella became involved,
Oh.
it became our business.
Biggie Puttana!
This family, loyalty is everything.
We do not always get to choose what we do.
We can choose who we are.
And who are you, Enzo?
And if you thought that guy was a stud, just wait till you see this next game. LEGO Voyagers captures the creative, hands-on spirit of classic LEGO play and will also support a Friends Pass, just like Split Fiction. Here's the first ever look.
Builder's Journey, right, okay. I was gonna say, this looks like that other cool Lego thing. I can remember the name of it. Yeah. Yeah, this looks fantastic, man. Look at this. Builder's Journey was such a neat thing.
Hello, Summer Game Fest! I'm Carolyn Lawrence, voice actor for a few familiar faces you might have grown up with on Nickelodeon. Some with squirrel suits, thank you. Some with science smarts, and some with serious attitude. Nickelodeon has always been about wild worlds and weirder characters. And while I'm mostly
Nickelodeon is about
today,
slime.
I'm thrilled to have a hand in revealing something that brings a lot of those characters together like never before. I hope you enjoy the first look at Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Yee-haw!
A great evil would emerge. However, a brave and wise and powerful and ridiculously handsome wizard would call upon his magic powers to summon the most ferocious, most awesome, most totally radical team of adventurers the land had ever seen. They alone would be able to... Imagination! Go big, go burn!
Y'all making SpongeBob Diablo? For your friends at Game Mill.
It's been almost 2 years
got the
since
Game
players
Mill
first
on it.
stepped into the role of Geppetto's puppet to save the
Game
city
Mill's
of
name
crack,
ain't on it. I don't
disease,
fuck with it.
And Puppet Frenzy in Lies of P. Overture is a DLC expansion to Lies of P that transports players back in time with new characters, environments, and of course, imposing enemies and bosses. Here's the exclusive new look.
Come on, man! Why we gotta... I get it, man. Technology got to a point where you can make really goopy, fucking, messy fucking things, man. I am pussed out. Get your festering tumor games away from me, you sickos! It turns out I found there's a slider here, and if we just turn it up, it makes everything glisten like it's covered in some kind of goo. Like, really? Well, fucking turn that shit up, man. Let's make everybody gooey.
Yes, that's right. Overture is available today across all platforms to play, so enjoy it this weekend. All right, next up, the small video game publisher Serenity Forge, based in Boulder, Colorado, shared this game with me a few months back with a DM that said, Doki Doki Literature Club meets Silent Hill. That piqued my interest. I think you might get a kick out of this announcement, too.
Now see, not enough goop.
I sit at the front of the dinner table where he used to be.
Capital H and he there, so I assume we're talking about a deity like Mr. Do, or like somebody important.
Plates of tomatoes. Plates of hay. Plates of angels. Plates of her legs. Beautiful. Broken. Plates of flowers. Plates upon plates. The garden is lush in the rain.
Yeah.
And
Creepy tree. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
dinner's ready.
Turn up the slime. It's not just for Nicktoons anymore.
There's a hunger that feeds and blooms, and I will feed, and I will bloom.
All right.
I wouldn't recommend eating those tomatoes. All right, NCSoft is expanding its Blade and Soul universe. Let's take a look at the rich lore and dynamic action in Blade and Soul Neo, just out on Steam, and Blade and Soul Heroes coming soon.
Is this still going? Learned all the wrong lessons from Kojima's trailer work. I got an eyeball on my chest, but also an eyeball up here. I mean, technically I still have two eyes. It's not weird. Is this still the same trailer for the game that was before, or did they go to a different thing, man? I can't. Is it? They're adding. Okay, they're adding him to. They're adding it to some free to play. Okay, no, this is a different. Is this a different free to play game than the other one? You go fishing, you go swimming, fight a rock creature. You pretty lady. Inflict status effects, you know, video game shit. From your friends at Netmarble. All right, now that lady looked like somebody who. Oh wait.
5.6 is available today.
That was an Unreal. Okay, ad for Unreal.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Human Creator is now fully integrated into Unreal Engine.
You're seeing me live in real time. Squid Game will be coming to UEFN.
It started with an epic mega grant, and it's now a serious contender for Game of the Year.
That Mongilsta Dive will be exclusively on the Epic Game Store.
We find a way.
Are you just like spoiling trailers that are going to run later by saying, check these out at Summer Games Fest? What if... All right. I kind of want to set up some of that with the MetaHuman Unreal Engine stuff for like VTubing purposes. I think that'd be fun.
Unleashed genetic power across continents. Now it is up to us to nurture what we have set free, to find hope within this chaos. Well, to help
you want
life.
You want Jeff Goldblum for your dinosaur game? He's in. He's just like, oh yeah, is it 2 days in the studios? If it's more than 2 days, I'm out. But
I'm Celia from Yacht Club Games.
Hello.
10 years ago, we broke new ground with our first game, Shovel Knight. Today, I'm thrilled to share a world premiere look at our next IP, Mina the Hollower.
World premiere.
Mina continues our traditions of refining retro gameplay for a new generation. It's a bone-chilling adventure that it blends intense combat, free roaming exploration, and precise platforming. As Mina, a whip-wielding hollower, you'll burrow through danger and unravel the mysteries of a cursed island.
A whip-wielding hollower.
A decade ago, we unearthed a groundbreaking legend. This year, we're bringing our next bona fide classic.
Use Bone Stone. Don't mind if I do. This looks pretty neat. Also, something about the edges on this are just a little too soft for my taste. I imagine this is a filter. I want the pixels. I want them all.
All right. This is a special one. Our next game comes from a well-known
developer
that has
trash.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle Bossman, everyone. Final Bossman. All right. Well, let me see what this says.
Suck my what? Wait, hang on.
Oh. Hey, Jeffy. If you're reading this, it means 3 things. Number 1, you're killing it at the fest with your oodles of totally natural charisma. Debatable. B, I'm at your house playing long darts with the fam. And 3, you're gonna do me a solid and skip that Silk Song trailer so you can pimp my revolutionary VR gaming venture that will shock the industry probably. A wet one on the lips, comma, waved. All right, let's take a look.
Ooh, Red Band trailer. Hell yeah. Handcrafted with cuddles by the Merc with a MetaQuest.
Oh,
Kick back and bask in the
Wade.
glory of gaming's first quintuple A tropical farming sim experience. Oh, hi, new friend. Oh, yeah! Escape the turd burger of late-stage capitalism and enter a world of VR magic and
You can't.
wonder.
Your Facebook published game can't. You can't have a trailer where you're like saying, "Well, this is late stage capitalism." Am I right? You're the fuckers causing it.
Satan. Oh, don't worry. He's a fascist. He deserves this big time. This guy is a total dimmy. What the hell? Who designed this shit? I wiped my ass on this first. You're welcome.
Couldn't get a second read on that one, huh?
Lobotomy with fries. All your dreams of being inside me come true in VR. Spider-Man gets Insomniac, and I
Twisted
get this
Pixel.
shit? I'm craving Korean barbecue now. Is that weird? Whoa!
Yuck.
With Neil Patrick Harris as Deadpool. All right. Last year at Gamescom, we announced Dying Light: The Beast, the culmination of a decade of Techland's experience building survival horror games.
Close enough.
Kyle Crane is back as the player character in this title that blends open world and action survival horror. Let's take a look at the latest trailer with some big news, the release date.
What can you tell me about the Baron?
He's a narcissistic sociopath. He's experimenting on humans like they're lab rats. God only knows what the Baron's planning to do with those monsters.
Saw a guy walking with a crowbar and got real confused there for a sec. Ah, yes. Dudes with no lower faces, opening their faces sideways. Give me the goo. I don't like seeing that. Never did. The weird flappy open sideways thing. It's just, you know. I'm good on it.
How high his walls are, or how big his arm.
But that's a sick drop kick.
That fucker will pay for what he did to me. All the years he took from me. All the agony he put me through.
You want revenge?
Damn right I do!
It's out pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, they had announced that before, right? I mean,
F is an old chemical factory south of the city. The Baron's men operate out of there.
Then I'll go there and fucking kill him.
oh, sure. It's a standalone thing, right? I think it was one of those things where they're like, hey, we're going to make some DLC. Oh, wait, we're going to do a standalone thing.
There's the big news. Dying Light: The Beast is coming on August 22nd, Gamescom week. All right. This next game draws inspiration from classic coming-of-age films to capture the highs and lows of adolescence, the bonds of friendship, and the nostalgia of growing up. Mixtape comes from Beethoven and Dinosaur, and Annapurna Interactive, and this is your exclusive new look at this game that plays like a love letter to teenage memories.
What are we doing?
Hanging out, getting buzzed.
I've got to get out of this place.
Teenage memories, like all those cars I blew up.
Era, when everything's about to change, it's time to look back on your greatest hits.
Mom, who is it?
One moment. It's the pigs, darling.
Shit!
This year, experience a retrospective like no other. Beethoven and Dinosaur invites you to relive the teenage riot, to spend one last night together before school's out forever. And with a soundtrack this good, it's gonna be one hell of a night. And The Cure. I love The Cure.
I think, again, games where you have active movement control and stop motion animation, I think, is a really risky thing.
I trust you have seen it.
But that does look neat.
World where harmony reigns. Will you struggle until your last fleeting moment? Your destiny.
Yeah, soundtrack doesn't necessarily like pin it down to a year, you know, more of a vibe, I guess.
Escaping them.
And you're just like, I don't know, Portishead's on here too. Okay, well, cool.
That is why we must end you. Right here and now.
On your guard.
This is gorgeous. Take this.
And just getting started. Let's put it into action.
The surge of power. Savor each moment.
Now, get ready.
I should reinstall Hades 2.
Everyone, are you with me?
It's been a while. I played
We will live on in this
quite a bit of it when it first hit early access, and then I was like, I'm gonna wait a while. Wait for some updates, but it seems like they've been updating it quite a bit.
We fight for a future filled with hope.
Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree.
A beautiful game. That was the global announcement of Toa, a new roguelike from Bandai Namco and developer Brownies, a game drawing from classic Japanese art with a whimsical spin on Eastern mysticism. Next, we want to introduce you to a game made by a first-time solo developer in Bandung, Indonesia. With the help of 9 of his friends, he's built an intense action beat-em-up with brutal hand-to-hand combat set in his hometown. This is Acts of Blood.
They left me with nothing. No justice, no peace. Just names on the wall. The hunt isn't over.
What's the point of that camera move? I mean, changing it up. Like, you know, you do all these different sequences with Keeley talking. Like, you want him to at least look a little different. I feel like I saw someone playing this. Is there some... There must have been a demo or something, but... I feel like I saw this thing on... If it wasn't this, it was something else, like very much like it, that wasn't out yet when I looked it up. But there was someone on TikTok streaming a game that I'm pretty sure was this one.
Bad dot line.
It looks pretty neat, you know. I don't... Oh, Acts of Blood. Got it.
Amazing what these solo devs can do today. Now it is time for the reveal of the next game from
Solo,
Montreal-based.
you said it had 9 other people with him. What the fuck are we doing here?
Shredder's Revenge and Marvel Cosmic Invasion, which you saw a little bit earlier.
Did you know that Claire Obscure was made by a single person? Like we're 2 weeks away from someone claiming that game was made by one person instead of under 30 or whatever other. I'm going with the vegans on this one. A whole new Toronto. That's right, we're pronouncing the second T this time. That's how all new this Toronto is.
Scott Pilgrim is back with his fist flying in a brand new brawling adventure in EX. You'll battle through space-time and the streets of my hometown of Toronto with Scott, Ramona, and 5 of their former rivals in this online 4-player co-op adventure with a story written by Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley. All right, we're going to be right back, but first we have a very special message from Maggie Robertson, TGA winner in 2021 for her performance in Resident Evil Village.
Ah, there you are. Wait long. We've been preparing delightful ways to make you suffer. So enter the village if you dare. We've slashed the price to be lower than ever for you simple little man things. Still thirsty? Worry not, you ungrateful wretch. There's plenty more fun to go around. Now cease this foolishness and make your decision wisely.
Notice he said we'll be right back. Like, I appreciate that he at least kind of set up the here's an ad block. This game had ass before and now we've got boobs, but there's also still ass. The First Descendant, Season 3. We put jet bikes in it, I guess, now. Can my dog ride on my jet bike? Did you add more goo to this game? What did it...
Since the dawn of time, humankind has been obsessed with the hard.
The hard what?
Now, a glorious morning has dawned on something that's simply harder. Scum.
Has Scum been online this whole time, or did they take it down because no one was playing it?
Your hard just got harder.
Oh, I see. Scum's terrible, isn't it? Isn't Scum like... Okay, we're probably still in the ad block. These are probably the games that paid to be here. Did you hear this game got yanked off the Japanese PlayStation Store and all the pre-orders got refunded? Probably just some ratings thing, but...
At first, I thought it was just broken synapses in my head.
Somehow perfect that a game that looks like this one does. Went with the fucking slow fucking cover. They went with this of all. What the we doing?
It's been buried down deep. Feels like it's just knocking to get out.
How fucking off? Did you make this trailer 7 years ago? What the fuck are you doing? Even 7 years ago would be too much.
You were a good soldier.
Game developers / trailer editors, listen to a new song challenge.
It's activating.
I wonder if they're going to send out copies of that. I requested one. And I don't know what the status of any of that is.
Hi everyone, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of IO Interactive. We can't wait for you to discover Mindside when it launches on June the 10th.
We're publishing it. I'm not the
Build a
guy
Rocket
who
Boy
said that there was a campaign trying to shut us down. I didn't do that. That's not me.
Agent 47 will be contracted for a very special assignment in Red Rock City. This week...
Woo! Man, if you worked on Mind's Eye, how bummed are you that they, as soon as the James Bond thing appeared, everyone went like, oh yeah, all right, yeah.
It's coming in 2026, but we want to make the wait more exciting. We are bringing someone into Hitman, the World of Assassination, who is very dear to the Bond universe. Let's take a look.
I'm interested in seeing Mind's Eye. There were things about it that sounded like it could be cool.
Shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre, a financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld.
That's neat.
He has arranged a high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable.
I've invited these people for a reason. I know their weaknesses. Mr. Rengang, he's too impatient, and Miss Bai, well, she likes a drink. Don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though. He's the only wild card.
Oh, I'm gonna poison those eye drops.
Well, this is turning into an interesting evening.
Welcome to the VIP room here at the Casino Monarchique.
Reaper. Unusual name.
Names are for friends. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Le Chiffre?
There you have it. Hitman and 007 are coming together in a very unexpected way.
We know our players waited a long time for 007 First Light.
Not even gonna look over at Keely. He's like, no, I'm locked in on this prompter, man.
Next year. However, Hitman is live right now. So I thought, why wait? And I asked a fellow Danish friend to join me here. As a matter of fact, he is here with us today.
That's right. Everyone at Summer Game Fest, please welcome the great Mads Mikkelsen. Good to see you, Mads. Thank you for joining us, and thanks for coming to Summer Game Fest. Mads, you are Cliff, but you're also Agent 47's next target as Le Chiffre, the villain we know from Casino Royale.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
And you know, this
sure
is,
am.
I've always had a deep love for this character. It's a role that means a lot to me because of a lot of reasons. So when Haggard gave me the chance to step into the shoes of Le Chiffre once again, I did not hesitate for 1 second. But this time is a little different. He's more confident. He's dangerous. He's not just a brilliant mind hiding behind a desk. He is visceral, unpredictable, and ruthless. And let's just say this time he doesn't outsource the violence anymore.
So this mission is set in a casino in Paris. We want to make an homage to the movie Casino Royale while keeping surprises for our players. James Bond and Agent 47 have very different set of skills, and the mission will be handled in very different creative ways.
Yeah, he's not going to beat me in poker. He's going to figure something else out.
So I guess it is not just about the shot, it's about the bluffing around the table this time?
Yeah, sure, exactly. It's
yeah, sure.
The Chiffre is always like 2 steps
Whatever,
ahead of you. He reads you before you read him, so it's a little like bringing a chess player to a poker game.
We built the mission to allow several parts, unexpected characters, appearances, and even custom poker mechanics.
Wow, all right, well, when do we get to play this?
That's the best part. We wanted to surprise you, so the team is updating the game as we speak. Le Chiffre, Elusive Target mission starts today in a few hours. For only
He said,
30
why
days,
wait a little bit?
And if you play it, you'll unlock a unique reward in 007 First Light.
Amazing. All right. Well, Hakan Mods, thanks for joining us for Summer Game Fest. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for
having
having
so
us.
much.
Thank
All
you.
right, great to see you.
Cool.
Great stuff. All right, now here's the announcement of a new party game coming later this year that will delight LEGO fans, made with over 1 million LEGO bricks, 300 minifigures, and over 700 trillion minifigure combinations.
It's Saturday night somewhere, so make some noise for LEGO Party!
Get ready!
For a nail-biting competition.
We're minifigures, Dad. We don't have nails.
No.
It's an action-packed contest to collect the
No.
most golden bricks.
But will you be helped by friendly krakens?
Or hindered by evil monsters.
Or lightly toasted by a flying lizard with wings?
Oh man, don't do
dragons,
this.
And what about our amazing mini-games, Dad? We've got more of them than you can count.
More than 10?
It's actually more like 60.
Whoa, that's a lot!
With surprises around every corner, anything can happen.
Anything?
Anything.
We were past this. It was so close, you know, to just like to it only being Nintendo that was still kind of like keeping the fires lit for this
Those are
bullshit.
literally just on screen, too.
At least, you know, at least give me another Fusion Frenzy, right?
That and more in LEGO Party! Whoa, that is looking mighty tasty.
Retail edition coming.
All right, next, a new look at a new team shooter from Dreamhaven and Moonshot Games. 20 players across 5 ships venture into the most treacherous region of space, hoping to get their hands on the Artifact. The game is called
yes,
Wild
the
Gate,
Artifact.
and the open beta starts next week during Steam.
We haven't
Next
had a
Fest.
game called
And we're
Wild
also
Gate
very
yet?
happy to announce the game will launch on July 24th for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Let's see what it means to get into some serious space shenanigans.
Danger. Reactor overload.
So is this vaguely like Sea of Thieves-esque, that like in that you'll have ship combat and
Laser round installed.
huh?
This feels bad.
Now their ship is flying.
I don't need the. I don't like. There's a certain. Whatever, man.
Safe with me.
This'll be good.
I'm bantered out, dog.
Good thing that wasn't our ship.
This looks fine. I will try this.
I'm proud to reveal to you the next game from Toronto-based Drinkbox Studios, the team behind the Guacamelee series and Nobody Saves the World. They're making a full 3D
It's,
game
you know,
that can be played
because every
alone
game
or
has to
with
be
a friend
wacky. They
in
have to sell
co-op.
cosmetics
You
and
can find out
everything,
more
so
during
everything
Dave the
eventually
Devs
has to
right
like
after the show. But for
become.
now, here
Check
is
out the
global
fun
reveal
dances we
of
put in here
Flighted.
for you to buy. You know,
Looking over this decaying world,
and I
one can only wonder.
generally I'm all right with it, but it's just we've approached a line with it that I'm just like, dude.
Began with the ancient rituals. The dead
I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it, man.
of memory. Those who ate of the fruit saw the lives they lived and passed their knowledge to future generations.
Because so much of it feels like it comes from the same place, you know. It does none of it. It doesn't always feel like, hey, our banter is a different style of banter. Is all this other like? It's just it is all so fucking like post Marvel, post that's a thing. Like, it just, I don't know, man.
Should you fall, pray the vultures consume you before the blight does.
Yo, that looks
There is
ill.
more Blighted coming up right after the show in Day of the Devs. All right, next is a first-person survival action horror game from Team Clout. It's a new team of 50 with founders in Canada and Armenia. They partnered with the new Munfish Powerhouse label to bring this insane Unreal Engine 5 game to life with unpredictable monsters and visceral dismemberment. Here is your first look.
Shoot that guy in his fucking ass. Yeah. Give me some more nondescript goop. Well, that's unpleasant. Sure. And then a giant head. That's ill, dog. Mad ill.
Poor little babies. All right, Mecha Break is one of 2025's most anticipated shooters, with its previous beta amassing over 300,000 concurrent players
He
on
kicks
Steam.
the goopy baby.
3 million players in total.
Now that's
in this game, you explore
ill.
a sci-fi universe and pilot powerful mechs with immersive aerial and ground combat. As a top wishlisted game, players are clamoring to know just one thing.
It's like when Hollywood
When
hit
is the
upon
release
two
date?
like
Well,
big
here's
volcano
Mecha Break's
movies at the
latest
same
trailer
time,
with the
except
answer
it's 20 different studios making goopy fucking horror shit.
Growing Martian zones force the Thalassic Federation to advance its Project Enterprise.
I heard this was all right. They didn't they run a test of this on Steam a little bit ago? Looks fucking neat. Yeah, yeah. Cut these fucking off-brand Gundams. That guy started talking, but all I heard was
In this next title, small-scale players
July 1st.
traverse the
Not
oversized
too
world
far off.
around them, filled with local wildlife and hostile machines. Built by a small 8-person studio, this is Infinitesimals.
Mechanicals approaching.
We must now face a stark reality. The industrial civilization we were expecting to join is no more.
Yeah, you know, grounded,
Whatever
but
it
with more
takes.
robots.
We find a way.
"2026 marks the 30th anniversary of a legendary video game franchise that I think we all know very well. Please check this out.
Happy birthday
Oh.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And to celebrate early, a special message from Takeuchi-san.
マギーさんありがとうございます。カプコン竹内です。皆様のおかげでバイオハザードも30周年を迎えることができました。
We're gonna remake Resident
さて、
Evil
達成して
1
いるバイオハザードの最新作なんですが、もう
in
少し
honor
だ
of the
け
30th anniversary.
瞬きするぐらいの間だけお待ちいただければと思います。それではこれからもバイオハザードシリーズよろしくお願いいたします。ありがとうございました。
I need a glass of wine too. All right. Thank you, Takeuchi-san, for that very special message.
Hang on,
We
they're gonna
cannot
make a
wait
new
for when
Resi-
the time
they're
is
gonna-
right
they're
to
gonna
share
make more Resident
leading
Evil
into
stuff?
The anniversary of Resident Evil.
Wow.
Now it is time for the next big update for a beloved franchise.
I love big updates for beloved franchises. Hey, this guy.
Let's rumble.
Are they doing crossover outfits for season 3?
Ingrid. Sagat. Street Fighter 6.
Cool. Ingrid, huh? Eh.
Flag time, baby. Julia's ring. Get him, y'all. Alejandro. Camilla Barbosa.
What is... This feels like someone sat down and said, you know, Valve hasn't really done anything with Team Fortress in a while, and I think we could probably do something in that vein.
Countdown begins.
A big old CTF game.
Adios.
What if we put a back to the lobby moment in our trailer? But it's like a literal lobby. I don't know, man.
That was Last Flag, a new online action game from the new indie studio Night Street Games, which is the ultimate game of capture the flag set in the 1970s. As you saw, the closed alpha will be starting later this year. Next, we have a beautiful new trailer for a Souls-like action RPG game developed in China by Lenzi, Wuchang Fallen Feathers, which is launching on July 24th. Here's a look.
Is this bloodshed really what you wanted?
This game was made by -7 people. There were 7 people working on a game, and then this game came along and fired them all.
What will it take to finally awaken you?
More pus. Is this the
Gotta rescue one. This is what we gotta protect. We cannot choose when people's dreams get snatched up.
I think this is the Wu-Tang game. Yes, I heard about this. This is Brass Lion is it Just Blaze's company? I want to say. Speaking of stop motion games that Speaking of games with animation styles that might not blend well with character action.
Ghostface Killer is calling on you to rescue his Wu brothers. Wu-Tang Rise of the Receiver is a new co-op action RPG
I want
with
that
anime-style
to
fighting.
be
And it's the debut title from the
good.
53-member Brass Lion
Oh, 53.
Entertainment.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now, here's a new look at Guild Wars
Stop it.
2, which has new updates,
Stop it.
including player housing, and is free to play. This weekend, to celebrate SGF, you can take advantage of double XP all weekend long.
Like all you're doing when you like push this like small teams are making games thing is giving executives more cover to fire people. Like stop it.
Where shared struggles form fast bonds.
My greatest advantage? Adaptability. Their greatest weakness? Me.
That Wu-Tang game
My story.
My story. My story is yours.
That Wu-Tang game. I hope that turns out. I really hope that turns out. But yes, Just Blaze, the producer, is affiliated with that studio. Presented by Ghostface Killer, I assume that means that like he's doing narration or something for that? Is that how they present that? Yeah, yes, Microsoft was on the hook for that Wu-Tang game for a while, yes. And yes. I think that game has been pretty expensive.
You're never gonna guess what happened. I took a bullet, I died, I came back. Here we go. And I met Johnny Silverhand. Chip. Long story.
Here is another game throwing back to a classic animation style. Enter a surreal world where you're a down-on-his-luck outcast who has to battle his inner demons, literally, in this action roguelike. Here's Into the Unwell.
Ill was taken, so we had to go with unwell. There's the goo.
Another relapse, huh? Get well soon. Maybe it's too much for someone like you.
So you're fighting your way through rehab?
Delusional. It won't always be so easy.
Fighting off the DTs by fat rolling away from giant enemies.
You still look a little unwell.
That looks nice.
Hey guys, I'm Ian Prue, the co-founder of 1047 Games. When we started Splitgate in our dorm room, we just wanted to make a game we could play with our friends, and 20 million of you played with us. Now, with the help from our amazing community, we've built Splitgate 2. Why?
Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
And I'm tired of playing the same Call of Duty every year, and I wish we could have Titanfall 3. With Splitgate 2, we asked ourselves, how would we take portals
What
to
are
the
some
next
poor
level?
choices
What
we
if you
could make?
portal to entirely different worlds?
In a
So we combined
wardrobe
the
sort of
action,
way.
movement,
What are
and
some bad
gunplay of
ideas
arena
we could
shooters with the scale and intensity of something much bigger? Splitgate Battle Royale launches free right now, and it's fucking awesome.
Just look at that water placement, expertly done. This is the epitome of sport. They are splitting savants and jetpack geniuses. The movement is so fluid, so fast, you can't stop but you can't catch. Can he complete the comeback he's going to try? He shoots! He gets the kill! Now that's how you portal!
I wonder if they're adding more to it for the launch, or because there's like 13 maps or something like that. I don't know that I saw a mode in the beta with a closing world. Okay, so you're like reviving. I don't know that I saw a mode with revives in it in the beta either, but there were playlists you had to like unlock or whatever.
This is Split Game.
Now we are honored to showcase the latest project from the talented minds at RGG Studio in Japan.
All right. We're coming up on the end of this, right? I mean, this has only got 10 more minutes to go. Because Day of the Devs is supposed to start at 4. There's a lot of things you can do with a Molotov cocktail blocking it. Well, yeah, whatever. I mean, he blocked his face, right? Yeah, show him no mercy. Give him the business.
Got a name?
Mako. Daito.
Daito. A Jap then, huh?
Don't I look like one?
You're not? So, what are you then?
Sana. 俺が知りてえや。
Huh.
You saw it at TGA last year as Project Century set in 1915, and now the full name has been revealed. Stranger Than Heaven, the brand new title from RGG Studio. This time it's now 1943, and knowing RGG, I'm sure more surprises are surely on their way. All right, well, we're almost done here, but we do have one final, very special global game announcement to share with all of you.
A global game announcement.
Today we've showcased a lot of projects from teams around the world, including many brand new studios, and we're proud of that. But this one comes from a studio that is no stranger to delivering blockbuster games time and again. When I first got a glimpse at this project last summer, I was absolutely blown away by the scale, scope, and ambition of this developer's vision. And while there are many places, really any place, this game could have been revealed, we are so deeply honored that we get to share it with the world right here at Summer Game Fest.
Grace. Grace. Grace Ashcroft.
Yes?
My office.
Oh, coming.
Yeah, this has a Capcom-like look to it.
If this is about the report you asked for yesterday, it'll be ready in 3. No, 2 days, tops.
Put a hold on that for now. We found another body. One that exhibits the same pathology as the others we've been investigating.
Mauled by dinosaurs?
Now I need a good technical analyst on this.
Or turned into zombies.
I need your eyes on the crime scene. The Renwood Hotel. I know that's where your mother was murdered. Alyssa died 8 years ago. Perhaps it's time for you to face the past. Grace.
Cover her with something. Turn up the glistening knob.
What is this? Hey!
Stay close.
They're coming.
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Okay.
There you have it, Resident Evil Requiem. And it will be playable to fans this August at Gamescom, where we'll also be hosting Opening Night Live on Tuesday, August 19th. Resident Evil Requiem marks a bold shift for the franchise, both in tone and gameplay, and today's reveal isn't just about survival horror. Expect high-stakes cinematic action too, with much more to share soon leading up to its launch on February 27th, 2026. Amazing.
A sentient easy chair worked on this game.
Glad we kept it a surprise. All right, that's going to do it for our live Summer Game Fest show. Let's thank our co-host, Lucy James. Didn't she do a great job, everyone? Good job. Lucy got to see the trailer for the first time.
I know.
Too.
I can't believe it. You kept that so secret.
Very top secret. All good. All right, well, there's much more Summer Game Fest to come. Make sure to visit summergamefest.com to see a listing of all the digital events this weekend you can watch and to highlight even more games, including the Xbox Games Showcase on Sunday. And stay tuned online to see coverage of many of the playable games at Summer Game Fest Play Days that's taking place this weekend in LA.
And make sure to stay tuned for Day of the Devs, which is coming up next with additional new reveals from incredible independent studios around the world and deeper looks at some of the independent games we showcased today. Thanks so much, everyone.
Awesome, and thanks to you, Lucy. Great job co-hosting. All right, that's going to do it for Summer Game Fest. We will see you at Gamescom on August 19th. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Yeah, I mean, bold shift in tone for Resident Evil. I don't know that bold shift in tone in as much as like halfway through watching that, I was like, oh, is this like a new Silent Hill and not a new Resident Evil? Or good God, man. Quick check of email here while we're waiting for this next thing to start. But it's pretty much just, yeah, here's a press release for Ill and for Infinitesimals and the Hitman thing, Lego Party. Oh no. So I booked an appointment for a game that had been unannounced, and they just said it was an unannounced multiplayer game and that they would let me know as soon as the game was announced. And it's Lego Party.
Your entire games library from beginning to end, by the time you finished, you'd be 9,000 years old and everyone you loved would be dead, including you. Don't let this happen. There is a better way. Hi, I'm Tim Schafer from Video Games, and I'm here to tell you the good news about Day of the Devs. Day of the Devs is an all-volunteer curation committee that plays hundreds of games so you don't have to and brings you the very best of them to show you at places like this digital showcase that you're about to see today. How much does this cost, you might ask? $5 million? $10 million? Absolutely nothing. Day of the Devs is a nonprofit and supported entirely by generous contributions from people like you and also our generous sponsors. So all you have to do right now is sit back and prepare to be inspired. Enjoy Day of the Devs Digital Showcase.
I'm excited to introduce the first look at a new title from Annapurna Interactive and the developers at No Goblin. Ever wanted to live the fantasy of casing a place, gathering intel, and pulling off a heist?
I'm pretty sure we're seeing the No Goblin
master thief
game.
Well, in Snap and Grab,
today, right?
you'll be able to, and the developers are here to tell you how it's done.
Hello! I'm Saskia, Senior Level Designer and Artist at No Goblin.
I'm Jamie, Senior Animator at No Goblin. And we're excited to share with you No Goblin's new upcoming game, Snap and Grab.
I hit upon an idea as to what this game was going to be like a number of years ago, and it totally is.
What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked.
It's going to be Hitman with like photography, right? It's going to be a Hitman game, but you take pictures.
And you are nestled between high fashion glamour and high ticket crime.
As Nicky Nevada, the world's greatest photographer, you'll be tasked with visiting a variety of rich and lavish settings, in which you'll have one question on your mind. What will you be stealing tonight?
In Snap and Grab, you will do cool crimes with only your camera and your crew.
As you visit each venue, you will snap a variety of high-ticket items, and anything that might help or hinder your crew's chances of getting to them.
Then, you're done
Can
snapping.
do I steal the picture of Pope? Do I steal?
Step-by-step plan for your crew to grab your future possession.
Just be sure to consider anyone who might get in your way, including Rio, a detective who's been on Nifty's trail for quite some time now. Who knows when she'll catch up.
As your anonymous deeds make headlines, you'll attract new crew, giving you access to new ways to snap and grab.
Cool.
Will you be able to plan the next perfect heist?
Or will your heist fail spectacularly?
We can't wait to see what you plan next in Snap and Grab.
Available early next year on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Does Untitled Goose Game ring a bell?
That looks.
It was one of the very
that looks cool, man.
games. So early in
I'm
fact,
excited for that.
When we asked the dev what
I'm
the
happy
name of
for
the
them.
game was, they asked, "Do they
finally announcing the game?" That they've been working on the game for a very long time.
House, based in Melbourne, Australia, is developing a brand new kind of experience that's unlike anything else you've ever played. But I'm not the right person to describe what it is. Better served that these anthropomorphized ant, duck, wobbly creature things do it for you. Take it away.
Hello.
Hello.
We're House House. You might know us because of our Goose Game. And we're here today to show you around our new game. Ooh. It's a cooperative multiplayer adventure made for friends to play together. It's called Big Walk.
It's a tricky game to describe, but it's mainly about doing two things: talking and walking. So talking. It's a big part of Big Walk, and we've put a lot of work into making a proximity voice chat system that feels natural and playful. You'll sound different if you're speaking up close.
Hello.
Or far away.
Hello.
Or in a tunnel.
Hello.
Or over a walkie-talkie.
Hello. Over.
Or behind soundproof glass. In a situation like this, where you can't hear each other, you'll need to find other ways to communicate. So we've given you lots of ways to point and gesture.
Oh, there they are.
And plenty of tools to stay in touch when you're out of earshot. And if you can't use voice chat, or you just don't feel like it, we've also made a proximity text chat system, so you can play the entire game that way as well. Hello.
The game is set in a big open world that we've filled with all kinds of stuff. To see it all, you'll need to go for a big walk. Exploring as part of a group is a special feeling. Our chat system makes it important to stick together, so navigating the world of Big Walk requires lots of teamwork and talking.
Oh, that's that like pass.
As you explore, you can split up
looks
and go
nice.
off on your own adventures, or even
Like
lose
the
each other
foliage
accidentally.
and
When you're apart, you won't be able to talk face to face, and so finding your way back together isn't always straightforward. If you get lost in the bush, don't worry. You'll find plenty of ways to stay in touch and find each other again.
Hello? If anyone can hear me, please shoot up a flare.
Thank you.
This building behind me has a challenge in it. Completing challenges like these is the way you make progress through the game. They're all about teamwork, and they're all a little bit different. A lot of them are designed so that you find funny and surprising new ways to talk. You might need to do some miming, or come up with a special code, or even sing to each other.
Okay, so you want to find a speaker that's like ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah, ooh wah wah.
They're not all about talking though. There's a bit of platforming in there, some sports, and some weirder stuff too.
Stop.
Our challenges are open-ended, and leave plenty of room for you to do things your own way. Like the rest of the game, challenges in Big Walk are about the joy of muddling through things together.
So that's Big Walk.
This looks really neat.
There's heaps to see and do, but there's also lots of room to just hang out in between. We think there's some real magic that happens when you forget your plans and find yourselves doing something else entirely.
You can sit and watch the sunset.
Tell stories as you wait for the night to pass.
Go dancing.
Or you could steal your friend's binoculars and kick them into the ocean.
Oi.
Sorry.
We hope you enjoyed this little tour and got a sense of what we think is so special about this game. We made Big Walk to be a nice way to hang out with your friends in a video game, and we hope you like playing it as much as we do. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
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 Almost a trenched level of waving salutes there.
This next title is from the art director of Journey and the team at Giant Squid, who brought you beautiful titles like Abzu and The Pathless. You'll see the DNA of all those games in this one as you surf the sand on your sword and bring the sea back to life. This is Sword of the Sea.
Hi, I'm Matt Nava. I'm the creative director at Giant Squid, and I'm very excited to share with you our latest game.
The trailer for this at the Sony thing looked nice.
Sword of the Sea is a atmospheric adventure game where you surf on a sword. And it is trying to give you the kind of spiritual experience that you get as a surfer, a snowboarder, a skater. It takes a lot of what I've done in my previous games, going back all the way to Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and you're going to see those elements in the game, but it's going to take you somewhere new. Sword of the Sea is all about movement, getting into a flow state, and that's something that as a snowboarder I've experienced myself. I feel like there's this kind of magical experience that you have with these extreme sports when you're doing it, you actually find
With
this
these
kind of
dang
meditative
extreme
quality.
sports that these damn
Moving
kids
very
are
quickly,
into, am I right?
But you get to understand nature in a way that you can't otherwise. You get to see the whole mountain at once, and that lets you kind of connect with the world in a deeper way. And I think that's what we want to do with the game. I'm really excited because Sword of the Sea has music written by Austin Wintory, a longtime collaborator who I work with on Journey, Abzu, The Pathless, and he's done countless other games scores. It also has movement inspired by the old skating and snowboarding games. So if you played the Tony Hawk games, if you played the old snowboarding games, you're going to love the way that you move in Sword of the Sea.
Yeah, this looks fun. Looks fun to just do shit.
We can't really guarantee that the game will be a spiritual experience for players, but what we can do is create the environment, the conditions
sick-ass board shit
under which you might have one. Sword of the Sea is coming out this year, August 19th, on the PlayStation 5 and PC, so wishlist now. Thank you.
This next world exclusive is a sequel to a game that has over 4 million players and counting. A runaway hit, if there ever was one. But to make a sequel, you have to bring something new to the genre, something evolved, and that's exactly what this developer did.
World premiere.
Like I couldn't remember the name of this. I was like, as I was looking at this, like, oh, it's a sequel to that thing. This was neat. This was a really neat game. Or the first one, rather.
Hi, I'm Wyatt with Coin Crew Games, and we're here to announce Escape Academy 2, Back to School, the sequel to Escape Academy. Escape Academy 2 is an open-world escape room game, where between your escape room classes, you can explore a living and breathing campus that functions as one big escape room. We felt inspired by games like Animal Well and the Legend of Zelda series, and how they leverage free roam puzzle solving, so we're really excited to bring that into the Academy.
Our background as a studio is in building immersive narrative escape
that's
rooms.
interesting.
So when
like,
we started making a sequel for Escape Academy, we asked ourselves, how can we push that even further? We looked at feedback from the first game, and the #1 most requested feature, by a huge margin, was more academy, to really get to be a student at the school. This time around, we're going to let you explore the campus, to go to classes, meet other students, and, most importantly, find lots of rooms to lock yourself up in.
I love locking myself up.
Once a 2D level select map is now a fully realized explorable space. Whether you're returning to the Academy or stepping in for the first time, you'll find yourself in a world full of unique environments, from dusty puzzle archives to hidden rooms in unsuspecting places. The campus is designed to reward curiosity with secrets tucked into every corner for players to discover. From lighting and atmosphere to environmental storytelling, we've pushed every element to heighten immersion and mystery.
For Escape Academy 2, our approach to narrative is to really lean into the roleplay of embodying a student at the Academy. You can talk to your fellow escapists to unlock quests, discover lore, and naturally get hit with a deluge of groan-worthy puns. Apologies in advance. Over the course of the game, you'll puzzle your way through character-driven quest lines that string together campus challenges and escape rooms, taking you through your second-year curriculum and the game's central mystery. If you want to get a sneak peek at the game and help us
Man, so far, Day of the Devs is where the fucking
join our
action is
Discord
this
and
year.
Sign up for a playtest. We'd love to borrow your brain.
Wishlist Escape Academy 2 today on Steam, and we'll see you when you get back to school.
So stupid.
Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, Lush. All these bands are part of the 80s, 90s vibe that is mixtape, from the prolific creators of The Artful Escape. But this is not a music game or a game about music. It's a game about life and friends and the music that gets us through it.
Oh, hi.
I'm Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven and Dinosaur, here in Melbourne Rock City. And this is our secret hideout where we make video games. And this is one of our artists, Arden.
Fuck off.
We're the BAFTA award-winning team behind The Artful Escape. But who cares? What's next? We're making a mixtape.
I thought we were in Jeff Keighley's thing.
We're in David S2.
Oh, cool. Mixtape is a coming-of-age action-adventure game about three friends on their last night together, listening to a perfectly curated soundtrack. It's a psychedelic retrospective, a musical journey that documents the breadth of their friendship and their greatest hits.
Like, am I playing during this part? Because again, the...
In another car!
This kind of stop motion stuff.
The whole game is a mixtape. The music is a mixtape. There's a mixtape of mechanics, from skateboarding to pulling slushies. A mixtape of eras, a mixtape of art styles and media, designed to take you back to the teenage wasteland.
We gonna get your stash and keep going?
That's a rookie move.
Yeah, have we taught you nothing, Cassandra?
What? We all go up to my room and immediately bolt? Dead giveaway you're grabbing booze.
But is the music any good? Holy flippin' meatballs, let me tell you all about it. Thank you very much. We got Joy Division, Devo, I love Devo, Smashing Pumpkins,
All these other bands, fuck 'em.
Portishead, Roxy Music, Silverchair, Lush, The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, Stan Bush, the Jesus and Mary Chain, the unkillable Iggy Pop, and apparently many more.
Are they following us?
Yup. I can't go to prison.
So that looks like full frame, you know, like smooth movement there, whereas the skateboarding...
This is a terrible idea! What are we doing?
Didn't?
That looks you in the eye, dude! Don't blink!
Played on Game
I guess,
Pass,
you know, if you
day
look at
one,
the feet...
wishlisted on Steam.
No,
played
see
on
there it
PlayStation
looks
or
all...
Epic or whatever.
I thought we were riding together.
I didn't want to get all sweaty and shit.
Fair.
Mixtape. Nothing but the hits.
Yeah, so maybe... I mean, that would be the way to do it, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with the art style, but if it's getting in the way of the video game part of it...
moments ago at the Summer Game Fest? Well, now they're here to give you an in-depth look at the game.
Hey, I'm Ian, the lead designer at Drinkbox Studios.
And I'm Augusto, art director at Drinkbox.
We're excited to finally tell you about our new game, Blighted. Blighted is a hardcore action Metroidvania set in a psychedelic Western nightmare. The game's full of mysteries and secrets, and one of its coolest features is a dynamic difficulty system that constantly changes the enemies, the player, and the world around you as you play.
People in this world have a sacred ritual. When someone dies, a seed is planted in their brain. Over time, a tree grows from their skull and bears fruit. By eating this fruit, one gains a knowledge and experience of their ancestors. That's how it was for generations. That is, until the one they called Sorcisto defiled the ritual. He discovered that by eating brains raw, he gained immense power. Sorcisto ate the fruits, destroyed the trees, and devoured your entire community. And in doing so, he released a reality-altering disease known as blight. As the lone survivor, you have a singular goal. Hunt down Sorcisto to reclaim the memories of your people.
Now, like the rest of the world,
So do I gotta beat this guy and eat his brain?
It's constantly overtaking you, making enemies aggressive and unpredictable, and changing your perception of the world. You can find ways to suppress it, or you can harness it to fight back even harder. With practice, you'll be chaining together finishers, taking out huge blighted beasts, devouring their brains, and using their memories to fight and explore. With enough blighted memories, you'll start to see new layers of reality.
You get new abilities as you eat the brains, I'm guessing,
and discover
right?
new gameplay mechanics.
They called it a Metroidvania,
First
so...
venture into 3D, allowing the art team to bring their designs to a whole new level as they craft gorgeously eerie worlds for you to explore. You'll be making your way through remains of long-dead civilizations and manifested nightmares, through mines carved into the interior of petrified giants and scaffolds to the gods. Drinkbox has a rich history with action games, from Guacamelee to Severed to Nobody Saves the World. And we're excited to craft another one that will put your skills to the test. Blighted will support full co-op like many of our past games, and we're working with composer Jim Guthrie to create a soundtrack you'll never forget. We're excited for you to try the game, and we're aiming to have a playable demo later this year.
Wishlist the game on Steam and follow us on social media to make sure you don't miss it.
This next title is from a bona fide Day of the Devs alumni, Outer Loop, whose games Thirsty Suitors and Falcon Age have both been previously celebrated in our showcases. Outer Loop prides itself on being a minority-led studio with a mission to create accessible but meaningful games about underrepresented cultures and themes, and this title is a beautiful and vibrant example of just that. This is Dosa Divas.
Lena Meals. Packs a punch.
No one cooks anymore.
So true.
Food in tubes? Yuck. I'm so hungry.
I feel like all my cooking game needs are met by Arctic eggs. Neat.
Hi, I'm Eka, Creative Director of Outer Loop Games, and I want to introduce you to our new game, Dosa Divas, a spicy narrative-based RPG. Platform through vibrant villages, battle corporate goons, reconcile with loved ones, and eat one last meal together before saying goodbye. Double jump, drill, and grapple your way through the world to discover local ingredients, hidden paths, memories, and new friends.
Yeah,
Engage
this looks
in a
cool,
flavorful
man.
turn-based combat system where every attack packs some heat. Especially when you time it right.
Yeah, I was
Hitting
gonna
the
say, this
action
looks like a
button
game
as the
that
hit
very
lines
much has
amplifies your attack damage and
timing
strengthens your blocks
stuff in it.
against enemy attacks. Use boost points at the start of your turn to multiply damage on attacks and skills. Match enemy flavor cravings to break down their defenses and leave them stuffed. Cook up made-to-order food to wake up villagers from a processed food-induced haze using the expressive cooking system. Delivering delicious, hearty meals reconnects communities with their culture, history, and shared memories and increases your reputation. Serve up looks by customizing your spirit met goddess. Create your own spicy style with custom wraps and accessories. Dosa Divas, our spicy narrative turn-based combat RPG, will be out in early 2026. Thank you.
Our pals at Heart Machine, creators of Hyperlight Drifter and Hyperlight Breaker, have teamed up with our buds at Devolver. They're mixing things up with surreal, interdimensional demon horror. It's a genre, right? Or is it a genre? Probably should be a genre.
I don't know. I feel like I just watched 2 hours of it, so. Yeah, Goop Core, is that the is that what we should call?
Hi, I'm Miriam, producer at Heart Machine, working on Possessors. Possessors is a search action game set in Senzu, a corporate-run city which has been overrun by demons.
Looks like a search action
What
game.
you've just seen is one of 4 animated short we made with Powerhouse Animation. They each tell the story of how a character or a creature from Possessors survived the attacks of the demon, or how they perished. In Possessors, you play as Luca, a teenager from Senzu who was injured in the disaster. Luca was forced to make a deal with a demon named Rem for both of them to survive. Rem possessed her, healed her, and made her strong. Now Luca and Rem are stuck together and forced to get along. They'll have to climb Senzu's skyscraper and fight through hordes of feral demons to escape the city. Along the way, Luca and Rem will discover what Senzu's corporate master were hiding, and piece together what happened by sharing their memory of the past. On behalf of the team, we're all very excited for you to play Possessors, which comes out later this year. In the meantime, you can wishlist Possessor on Steam, or try Luca's new demon power for yourself. A demo of the game will be available later today.
Right on.
Moonlighter hooked me with its novel shopkeeping gameplay, its clean combat, and its satisfying dungeon-to-market gameplay loop. I could seriously play it all day, and I did. The developers at Spain-based Digital Sun seem to have made some ambitious upgrades to its sequel, including an expansive 3D world, a big change from its previous pixelated form. I hope you're as excited as I am to take a peek at Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault.
Hi there, this is Isra from Digital Sun. I'm beyond thrilled to share this event with you and show what's in store for Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault is a sequel to our beloved shopkeeping roguelike. As in the first game, here you venture into ever-changing dungeons to fight enemies and find relics. Then you go to your shop, sell your loot, and turn it into a profit to get better gear. This unique blend of gameplay is what made the first game so special, and now we're bringing it to a whole new dimension of quality and ambition. Talking about new dimensions,
I was going to say, I did not remember the first game looking like this.
Here, Will finds himself stranded after one of his adventures. He won't be alone though. Old and new faces will join him along the way. For now, let's jump straight into the portal, where every adventure unfolds and both battles and looting take place.
Both violence and looting.
From the arid lands of Hodu to the
my
grassy
favorite
landscapes
stuff.
of Hylia, each biome offers new mechanics, enemies, and rewards. Combat has been vastly improved, with some enemies specialized in ranged weapons, while others focus on close combat. Once you clear a room, several things can happen. You might find a perk, in-run effects that can increase Will's power and unlock new abilities. The other option might sound familiar to veteran merchants, as you can also stumble upon a chest. Inside, you'll find tons of priceless relics. Depending on where you place them, relics will unleash all kinds of effects. Backpack management will influence the outcome of your expedition.
Backpack management.
Like in the first game, you'll be able to see the base value of each relic, although backpack effects can double or triple your profit. Let's say that
gotta
you
manage
keep
this
the adventure
backpack.
running.
I gotta
Let's say
manage a
that you
backpack.
don't
I
feel brave enough to face one of
I gotta
life's
take a
two bosses.
backpack with me this
These
weekend.
battles will put your skills to the test. Take the so-called Herald, for instance. This is one of the first bosses of the game and shows how the combat has evolved since the first Moonlighter. The Herald will throw projectiles and beams non-stop, forcing you to find cover and dodge hits. He's also protected by a sound barrier that you'll need to deactivate before striking back. Merchants need to be smart. It doesn't matter how far you get. Successful runs leads to the same place, your shop. The shop is where you put a price on your loot and try to get the best deals. There are ways to influence the outcome. For now, all I can say is haggle hard, sell harder. Well, there's actually something I can already share with you. Just like the perks in the dungeons, you can also unlock special effects each time you open your shop. They can potentially skyrocket your profit, unleashing powerful synergies and selling streaks. You never know what will happen when you open your shop.
Selling
That's why we
streaks.
call it a shopkeeping roguelike after all.
Yeah.
That's it for now. After nearly 7 years since the original Moonlighter was released,
God, has it
we
been
hope you are as
7
excited
years?
as we are. Please stay tuned to our socials for all things Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault. See you in Tresna.
Inspired by Pietro Riva's manifesto, Rejector, Thomas feels driven to advance our medium by creating games for new audiences and to hopefully entice those who might not be usually interested in playing a video game to take an interest. From Thomas Waterzoo, creator of Please Touch the Artwork, this is Please Watch the Artwork.
premiere.
Hi. Welcome to Day of the Devs ASMR edition.
No.
My name is Thomas Waterzui, and I'm a developer from Belgium. I'm the creator of Please Touch the Artwork, a series of casual and accessible games based on real paintings, where I explore what would happen if we did touch the artwork. I usually start by choosing a painter I like, and then think about what gameplay could fit their art style. For my third game, I fell in love with American realist painter Edward Hopper. But this time, you're not going to be touching artworks. You're just going to be watching them. At night.
Ah. Yeah.
Please Watch the Artwork is a psychological spot the difference game, where you are a night watch at the Museum of Animated Modern Art.
Psychological spot the difference game is a really...
Mama. Your job is simple. Watch the paintings and report any anomalies. However, these are not your everyday paintings. They are alive, and there is a mysterious sad clown wandering around, spreading their sadness over all the paintings.
This is Mr.
You're gonna need a good memory, focus, and lots of coffee to avoid this from happening. If you don't know Edward Hopper, no worries. You don't need to know him to be able to enjoy the game. But he's most famous for his painting, Nighthawks. He depicted themes like loneliness and urban isolation, so for me it made sense to create a psychological horror game. I also wanted a mechanic that made people really look at the paintings, hence the Spot the Difference gameplay. There are no jump scares in this game, and no monsters. The only things that are chasing you,
I don't know. It said possessed and sad clown right there. Look.
Maybe some nostalgia towards Hopper's America from the early 20th century. Okay, you've got some clowns, but they are kind of harmless. It's just you, the night, and the paintings. I don't have a release date yet, but you can now wishlist the game on Steam. However, and don't tell this to anyone.
Stop
it's
it.
Probably gonna be around Halloween this year.
Stop doing this. Please, you're killing
Thanks
me.
to Day of the Devs for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and I really hope you like this bizarre little thing I made. Bye-bye.
That presentation was a jump scare.
We've had a long-time love affair with this next dev at Tribute Games. It goes all the way back to the very first Day of the Devs, where we showed Mercenary Kings. It's been amazing to see what they've done since then with games like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which is a huge nostalgic bomb, and they're set to deliver again with Marvel Comic Invasion.
Hi, I'm Frédéric Gemus.
And I'm Kevin Chiasson. We are part of Tribute Games from Montreal, Canada, and are currently working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a retro-inspired beat-em-up set in the Marvel Universe. When Annihilus launches an attack across the galaxy, it's up to 15 Marvel superheroes to save the day.
So far, we've announced Captain America, Spider-Man, Venom, Wolverine, Storm, Nova, Phyla-Vell,
and we've just revealed
now
that
you're just
Rocket
making them
Raccoon
up.
and She-Hulk are joining the fight.
Each heroes have been designed around their unique strengths and powers. Some of them can take on airborne enemies, while others can deal devastating damage closer to the ground.
We also introduced an exciting mechanic, the Cosmic Swap, a tag team system allowing for instant switching between two heroes, creating powerful combos and unique strategies.
For level design, we recreated iconic Marvel settings such as the Mutant Heaven of Genosha, the high-tech mobile base of S.H.I.E.L.D. Helicarrier, plus a thrilling roster.
That's how fucked up the long shadow that Marvel vs. Capcom has cast over video games is that even they're like, no, it's a tag game.
Keep a lookout.
As devoted fans of the Marvel Universe, we saw this project as a huge honor and a great opportunity to celebrate our childhood's fondest memories. Who knew that the countless hours spent at the comic book shop or the arcades would bring us here today?
We hope that Marvel Cosmic Invasion is a true love letter to all fans who grew up with the Marvel Universe.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is coming to PC and consoles this holiday.
And now for something of a moodier persuasion. A horror fantasy life sim, co-directed by the pixel artist from Celeste. with haunting and lovely music from Disaster Piece, composer of Hyperlight Drifter, It Follows, and Fez. And to boot, an amazing group of human developers from Vancouver.
They're letting humans work on this game? How many though?
Hi, I'm Isa, programmer and writer of Neverway.
And I'm Pedro, artist and designer of Neverway, a horror RPG.
Now, are you humans? I was led to believe.
Hang on now. Blood Inc.
You play the game as Fiona. After quitting your dead-end job, you try to start over on a farm, a place where you can escape from all your problems, and finally start fresh.
But it gets darker. Fiona will find herself indebted as immortal herald of a dead god. With your sword, you can fight in a fast-paced combat, and you can choose your secondary gear to change how you fight, like a hookshot you just crafted.
But remember, you still need to keep your new life on track. You can do things like shopping at the Cellmart or paying your mortgage using your very own Luna OS computer. You can also befriend or even romance more than 10 characters, each with their own special cutscenes and routines that can interact with each other.
And as you get closer to those characters, you can use those relationships to unlock new combat abilities that change the way you fight.
You can farm, fish, and cook, but never
romance my way into a better dash.
RPG. Time progresses in 3 blocks: morning, afternoon, and evening, and you choose when to advance by doing things like eating, sleeping, or reading a manual. The idea is to let you set your own pace, so you can choose when you want to fight or when you just need a break and see your friends.
You will eventually start searching for the Neverway, a decaying, nightmarish reality that is slowly leaking into yours.
I might not. I might just hang out.
There you'll learn what's happening to this dark, post-apocalyptic world as you pay out your debt.
If this sounds like your kind of game, you can wishlist Neverway on Steam and stay up to date to our latest announcements. And thank you for watching.
It's time for a world premiere. This one from a studio based in Johannesburg called Nyamako. Their previous title, the postmodern platformer Semblance,
Bandai Nyamako,
on Forbes Africa's 30 Under 30 list back in 2018, along with a host of other accolades. And since then, they've been hard at work on Relooted, a heist game which tackles a political and righteous subject matter. Please take a look.
World premiere.
We need a ride.
Something incognito.
Like a submarine. No, but also fast. Like a jet/submarine.
Can you be serious?
Ready.
The skeleton's farting.
Hi, I'm Maka, the lead animator at Nyamako.
And I'm Sita, producer at Nyamako.
Relooted is set in the near future, where a new treaty has been signed between the West and Africa. The treaty goes that all African artifacts that are on public display must be returned to their country of origin. But museums are using a loophole to avoid repatriation. They begin to only exhibit artifacts in private. Our heist crew is made up of regular people who band together to see these artifacts returned to their country of origin, operating from a hideout in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Cuckoo, how do you do the mysterious playing, guy? Are you not tired? Rest. We have work to do tomorrow.
In the real world, a French government report estimated that 90% of sub-Saharan African cultural heritage is in the possession of Western collections. That is millions upon millions of deeply important cultural, spiritual, and personal artifacts, including human remains, that aren't in their rightful place. While the locations in the game are vague and invented, the 70 artifacts in Relooted are very much real. And, as of today, reside in Western museums and private collections. Take, for example, the Ngaji drum, a hugely important spiritual item to the Pokomo people of Kenya. It was believed destroyed in 1910. In reality, it had been sent and kept in storage in a European museum. In 2016, a museum let a Pokomo prince visit the drum in storage. He was the first Kenyan in over 100 years to see the drop. It still remains in storage today. Before each mission in Relooted, players will receive a briefing where they can learn more about these artifacts, where they are from, their significance, and how they came to be removed from the African continent.
He was taken to England.
I like this idea. It's a neat idea.
Father, and the defeat of the Ethiopians.
It should have a subtitle of "It doesn't belong in a museum."
1868.
Relooted is a combination of action and puzzle.
Be relooted,
Once you
colon,
pick up a target artifact,
it doesn't belong in a museum.
And you only have a certain time to get out before security arrests you. The puzzle comes in figuring out your plan, and the action comes in executing it. The heists are made up of 3 phases. In phase 1, you case the joint, collecting information about where the targets are and what obstacles you'll face.
From here, we can smash the security glass and get you up
It's neat.
to the next
Like righteous art thieves.
In
That's a
phase 2,
cool fucking
you
idea,
roam the
man.
level, carefully avoiding tripping the alarm and preparing your escape route. In phase 3, you execute, flowing through your plan and evading security systems as you carry Africa's heritage home. Relooted is coming to Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Xbox Series X and S. You can wishlist it now.
Remember Patapon, that charming series of games about those little dudes walking around doing stuff and making music? Well,
No.
there's a sequel. Well, kind of a sequel. It's a spiritual successor. It's the core
You mean
team from
Patapon
Sony
2?
Japan that made the OG games, coming back at you with more charming little dudes doing stuff while making music. Here it is.
こんにちは。パタポンの原作者であり、
This look
現
neat.
在ラタタンの開発をしております小谷博樹と言います。
そして私はラタタンのリードプロデューサーを務める坂尻和人と申します。
私は現在サーフィンやランニング、そして大好きなけん玉の練習をしている時以外は常にラタタンがより面白くなるように努力をしているところになります。
ラタタンはよりカラフルなデザインと、オンラインマルチプレイモード、ローグライトなど新たなゲームデザインに取り組んで日々開発を行っています。
そして皆さんと一緒に育ててきたファンベースはとても素晴らしいものであり、コミュニティに投稿していただける応援のメッセージとか、可愛らしいファンアートにはいつも励まされています。
プロデューサーとして日々この業界の苦しさを感じております。ですが、このように自分たちの好きなゲームが作れることに日々喜びを感じています。我々インディーチームですので、まだまだ皆さんの支援が必要となります。今日は、新しいトレーラーをお持ちしましたので、ぜひご覧いただきたいと思います。それでは、どうぞ。
I want to play this at the same time. You know, I feel like by the time I got about halfway through Patapon 2, I was like, I kind of wore out a little bit on the idea. But this looks fucking rad, and it's been a long time. So I'm excited for it. It just, you know, All right. Early access real soon.
Day of the Devs そして素晴らしいファンの皆さんに感謝を込めまして乾杯
This next game, led by the legendary Warren Spector of Epic Mickey and Deus Ex fame, is a totally new take on stealth. His talented team is making something like nothing else. It's an evocative game set in a turn-of-the-century universe, and I cannot wait to play it.
Hi, I'm Warren Spector, Chief Creative Officer at Otherside Entertainment. At Otherside, we don't play it safe. We take chances. We tackle hard problems. And we do what's right.
Hold on, let me get this copy of Monopoly Star Wars, and I'll tell you some more.
Is Thick as Thieves. It's a multiplayer stealth action
Thick as Thieves.
Unlike any action or stealth game you and your friends have experienced before. Response to the idea and what we've been able to show has been terrific. The team behind the game is so excited by the response that we wanted to show you more. So here's an early pre-alpha sneak peek at Otherside's upcoming player-powered game, Thick as Thieves.
So you're saying power to the players? Is that the message
we're
here?
Trying to have all the bells and whistles of an immersive stealth game, like hiding in shadows, understanding NPC pathing and vision cones and timing your movements with them, and lockpicking your way through a guarded location. The X factor to me, however, is probably the presence of other players in the same game.
The thing is, I could study the AI all day long. I could study the levels all day long. But the other thing is, I don't know what another player is going to do. Are they going to actually pickpocket me? Making, situations that are just so fun. Something that won't happen in another match
so
ever again.
It's
I
not
think
pure
that's
co-op.
the thing that I'm looking most forward to seeing players do.
I can feel like a real master of stealth or deceit or cunning because I'm not just outsmarting NPC AI, which can be satisfying, but it's an actual human being that I'm getting the best of.
So one of our core design pillars in Thick as Thieves is to play with your ears, and to me that means a lot. As
I am wearing headphones. I can't really play with my ears right now.
At all times, you understand where you are on the map. You can hear where other thieves are. You can hear other threats like guards. You could also be able to tell oh, I'm in this quiet environment, and then I can hear outside. It's very loud.
So is it
I'm
never co-op then?
Wow, okay, if it's raining and there's a thunderstorm, maybe that can mask some of my
For a
sounds,
second, I was about to say, is this like the Kane and Lynch multiplayer where you're working together, but you're...
And a lot of this is not
You can
faked.
turn on
If
each
you
other
hear
or
a train
whatever,
in the
but-
background, in the distance, there's actually a train passing by in the world. Every thief for themselves, right? Thieves going at it 1v1v1. And one thing
Got
that
it.
I really like to do is kind of stay back
Got
in the
it.
shadows and watch everyone go at it. People are
And
falling
play
into my
themselves.
traps and then just waiting for the right moment to swoop in.
So every match is always fresh to me. The weather changes, the locations of the clues or the loot, the guard patrols, and of course the players are always on their own separate quests, so really anything can happen.
That's far enough.
Could be real cool.
We've been working on this game for a while now, and I'm just totally stoked that other people are excited about it too. I really want to get this game in front of more players as soon as we can, and I'm hoping that many of you will sign up for a playtest. We'd love to get your feedback on the game, and we'd love to show you what we've been putting together over here. So, thank you very much.
This is a new title from a longtime collaborator of ours, both at Double Fine Presents, where we published our game Kids, and here at Day of the Devs, where we've highlighted titles like Time Flies. Here's a first look at their new game, Pocket Boss.
World premiere.
Hi, I'm Mario. I'm roughly half of a small studio called Playables based in Zurich, Switzerland. I worked on games like Plug and Play and Kids. But now I'm looking forward to show you something brand new, Pocket Boss. Pocket Boss is a short game about the small joys of manipulating data. As a remote worker, you're in touch with your boss through a chat interface and will get all kinds of requests. Be smart, erase competitors with one swipe of a finger, navigate the stock market without crashing, and generally find easy solutions for hard problems. Your boss will verify if
chart-based minigame collection,
and most importantly, beautiful.
Ah.
But as you do all that, the charts start to get a life of their own. They go wild. Will you be able to tame them? Or maybe even find your own satisfaction on your way to success? Pocket Boss is an intimate encounter with data exploring the secret life of charts. The game will come out later this year.
This looks like a bunch of satisfying interactions.
And the link to the Steam page on pocketboss.ch. Thank you.
This autobiographical game is all about food and our complicated relationship with what we eat and what we see when looking at the scale.
It was made by the menu at a Denny's.
The frustration and even the strange humor of cooking, eating, working out, and more. And we finally have a release date.
Hi, I'm Jenny.
Hi, I'm AP.
We're the co-directors of Consume Me.
Consume Me won the Seamus McNally Grand Prize at the 2025 Independent Games Festival.
Right.
More importantly, it's about to get its release date announced at Day of the Devs.
After we talk specifically about how cool it is.
Did you feel like a complete jerk and or a loser in high school? Well, I did.
And I did not stop her from spending several years of her adult life letting me make a hardcore role-playing game about it with her.
I was not my high school valedictorian. My grades were a toilet emoji. Furthermore, 0 European museums had ever yet featured an exhibit of my art. So the only thing I could think of to want to do was get hot. That's where you come in. Are you tough enough to help cartoon me get hot?
Each story chapter in Consume Me sees Jenny with new goals and not enough time to comfortably accomplish them.
You, the player, must manage her schedule by making meticulous decisions about how to spend her free time.
Every activity costs or boosts different resources. These activities often involve mechanically hilarious minigames.
In Consume Me, putting food on your lunch plate is a puzzle game.
You can buy a sponge at the corner store to make the hitbox bigger in the bathroom cleaning minigame, and you can also wear a special outfit that results in your mom giving you more money if you clean the whole bathroom.
Yoga might kill you.
Encounter cash on the street while walking your dog.
This part is based on real life, by the way. 1 out of every 16 times I walked my dogs over the past 4 years, I've encountered a crisp 20 on the ground.
Wow.
Can you win the heart of the boy of your dreams? Can you hold on to it? Can you chart a course toward a sustainable future? Can you fit just one more to-do goal on your plate? Or is it already full to bursting?
More importantly, does any of this matter, either in the game or in real life?
We don't have time to spoil the story here.
So you'll have to find out yourself when Consume Me comes to Steam on September 25th, 2025.
Please wishlist it as soon as you can.
Seriously, at the rate of $20 per 16 dog walks, it is going to take me 1,095.89 years to earn $1 million, and we need to make another game after this.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Sometimes great games can go unnoticed. If you're lucky, maybe you build a small cult audience, but very rarely do those games go on to inspire huge games like Undertale. That's exactly what happened with this game. Originally released in 2008, and now seeing a release on Steam and Switch, this is Off.
Hello, I am Mortis Ghost, a Brussels-based comic book artist and creator of the game Off. Off is a game I made 15 years ago when I was still a big, sweetie, drooling crybaby. It's a Japanese-inspired RPG where you control a baseball batter chasing ghosts in a cubic, strange world. I made this game with no other ambition than to create something funny to show my friends and a few people on the internet. But it got out of my control and became very famous.
I'll say this looks familiar, but I don't remember the story of it is not
a diabolical force
ringing any bells.
I can describe. I ask you please not to play it.
Hi, I'm Jack Murphy, a dev on Off.
I'm Ryan Allier and the studio director. It's been a pleasure to work with Mortis Ghost to bring Off to fans old and new.
Off has inspired many indie RPGs over the years, such as One Shot and Undertale.
Hey everyone, it's Toby. Off was a big inspiration to me and Undertale, and I hope you will take this chance to play it either for the first time or the 100th time. Oh.
Off celebrates its 17th anniversary this year, and we've worked hard to preserve its original spirit as we bring it to modern platforms.
In addition, Mortis Ghost has designed 6 new bosses for returning controllers. Plus, we have a new soundtrack, which you're hearing right now, and revamped combat.
Neat. It's a cool story. I mean, the idea that like, hey, this game is coming back.
We're proud to announce Off's release date for Nintendo Switch and Steam.
And now a world premiere
Relatively
from a studio based in Quebec called Game Team 6. This is their second game together, and it's one of those where the title kind of tells you all you really need to know and has you sold before you've even seen a pixel. Please enjoy your first look at Tire Boy.
All right, I'm in.
Hi, I'm Corey Martin.
I'm Thomas Tobin.
And I'm Andy Chmelenko. We're co-creators of Game Team 6, a small studio from Canada making heartfelt games with big ideas. We're so excited to introduce you to Tire Boy, a playful action-adventure platformer about a tire person.
Tire Boy is fast and nimble, leaping through lush environments, solving environmental puzzles, and taking on heroic battles.
Yo, that tire's fighting.
All while helping locals and uncovering his own past.
Tire Boy may be the last of his kind and was lost as a child. At the start of the game, we learn how he was raised by a large owl named Nestwick and doesn't know much about his family or ancestors.
It's a story about connection and curiosity as Tire Boy journeys through a vast, unfamiliar world, searching for purpose and traces of his forgotten origins.
I don't know if you've ever like rolled down a hill inside of a large tire before.
They'll often ask him for things ranging from small favors to the game's main objective, which is to repair a giant radio transmitter to help the local community make contact with long-lost travelers.
It's a fucked up thing to do.
We're striving to make the world feel really
it's a good way to get hurt.
Genuine.
Another thing we've emphasized throughout development is being playful with the scale of things in the world, wanting to make the player feel small and make you feel like a kid, giving you that childlike experience of feeling like everything around you is impossibly big. And that has a meaningful impact on gameplay, given that you move fast and it feels more satisfying to do so in a big, sprawling world.
Tire Boy is weird, heartfelt, and full of little surprises.
That was a fish guy.
We built it to feel like a place you want to come back to. Whether you're chasing big
you had me a
moments
Tire
or just
Boy,
soaking
but
in
then
the
you got
quiet
weird
ones.
fish guy.
Wishlist Tire Boy on Steam now and follow @tireboygame.com on Blue Sky to keep up to date. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the show.
Tire Boy. All right.
Who doesn't love a vacation? Toem took us on a delightful expedition, and the sequel, Toem 2, takes us even further from 2D to 3D. Something we made from Sweden does it again.
Hello everyone, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Niklas.
Co-founders and developers at Something We Made. Some of you might remember us, or even better, our little game Toem from 2021's showcase.
Making Toem was an adventure on its own. We never thought it would bring a whole chapter afterwards filled with love from all around the world. And that's why it's exciting and honestly a bit scary returning to something so dear to our and others' hearts. We teased the game at Wholesome Snack in December, and we're beyond stoked to show the game for the very first time.
Toem 2 is still a photography adventure that resides in a whimsical world, where the main objective is to photograph a phenomenon known as Toem. Set a few years after the original game, our protagonist now jumps into their biggest adventure yet. And what the phenomenon is this time, well, you'll have to discover that yourself.
Along their journey, they'll stumble upon special NPCs we call friends, each with their own personality and questline. These friends allow deeper relationships for the player.
This is like a cool
aiding
update
them
to the
through
look of the
fears
first
and
game.
difficulties, hence becoming friends. Each friend gives the player what we call a camera tool. These tools allow new and interesting ways of interacting with the world through your camera. For example, the scissors, which cut things.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh.
Or take the hammer, which, yeah, you guessed it, is great for smashing stuff.
A camera, what can break stuff.
As you might have noticed, we have updated the visuals. It's a crafty mix of render styles that allows us to reimagine the world without compromising on the vibes. And finally, and maybe most importantly, we have a new movement system. It's probably the biggest change compared to Tone 1, and you can now jump and climb your way through the environment. It adds a lot of playfulness for us when designing quests and regions, ultimately making the world feel more free and open. And don't you worry, the handy camera continues to be the main gameplay component. This time, we made it feel a bit faster and snappier. And tying that in with the new movement, we can't wait to see the photos you'll take.
So to recap, more story, updated visuals, and a fun new movement system, but still the very same chill and cozy experience. The whole team is working so very hard to make Tone 2 something that can stand proudly besides the
Cut that hair.
Celebrating what worked while improving the rest. So if you're interested to learn more, go wishlist the game and join our Discord. See you all real soon.
Hello. Are you looking for a way to support Day of the Devs and you just don't know what to do? We have a new collaboration with our partners at the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. They have an annual program called Game Maker Sketchbook, which sees a celebration of artistry in games. And we don't mean just concept art, we mean character designs, we mean storyboards, we mean iconography, all the different kinds of art that go into developing a game. They are putting a spotlight on, and it's awesome. This year we worked with an illustrator called Nimit Malavia to make this epic piece that features characters from all the best games of the year. Literally dozens and dozens of characters.
And Goku was
a veritable
here.
Where's Waldo of every game character that you love. That print is limited edition and on sale at imapit.com. All the proceeds go to the AIAS Foundation and Day of the Devs. Literally, we're nonprofits asking for your dough, but it doesn't just mean giving money. It means you get something in return too. Isn't that a joyous thing?
We want to give a huge shout out to our flagship sponsor at Xsolla, who really helped make Day of the Devs happen this year. Xsolla is a global video game commerce company that aligns with our mission to help developers connect directly with players and sell more games, without giving up control or extra revenue. Launching today is a new Day of the Devs activation on the Xsolla Mall to spotlight some of our favorite
I love a
games
nice
from recent
activation.
Day of the
I'm
Devs
here to
showcases.
get activated.
Scan the QR code below or
Craig
head to
Rice,
this URL to explore some
activate me.
amazing indie games. And thanks again to Xsolla for supporting this celebration of creativity and community.
Thank you, Greg, for that riff on Xsolla. We are so happy to have them as our flagship sponsor. But we also have some other sponsors to thank because it takes a village to support Day of the Devs. We are a nonprofit, and every little bit helps. We got our founding sponsors, Double Fine Productions and I Am 8-Bit. We have a whole list of other folks that have been contributing throughout the last year, and we just want to give them a shout out. Annapurna Interactive, Blumhouse Games, Devolver Digital, Idea Xbox, 47 Communications, Panic, PlayStation, Razer, Sabotage Studio, Studio MBHR, Summer Game Fest, and Jeff Keighley and the whole gang at the Game Awards for your continuous support. Thank you so much.
And if you'd like to donate directly to Day of the Devs, you can go to dayofthedevs.org and
Have
do
they
so there.
done this before?
And remember, Day of the Devs is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Have they
so
always
any
been a-
donations are 100%
Have they always been a nonprofit? Is that like a relatively
If you like what
recent
you saw here
change?
today and want more, just follow us on the World
Because
Wide Web.
they've been sponsored by a lot of those.
Please wishlist these games. It means
like
a lot to
Idea
the
Xbox and
developers,
PlayStation.
thank you
Like a
for
lot of
watching
those things
today.
have
Thanks
been
to all the developers for sharing their games, and thank you to all our
sponsors for a
generous
long time.
sponsors for making this possible. We'll see you next time on Day of the Devs. Point.
Huge thanks to our friend Dose One for providing the beats for today's show, and please stay tuned for a musical performance from the game Unbeatable and the band Peak Divide.
All right, I'm probably
I'm
gonna
RJ
punch
Lake,
out
and I'm
of that
directing
here.
Unbeatable, a game where music is legal and you do crimes, with Andrew Tsai over at
I do
D-Cell.
like crimes.
This is a never-before-heard new track from... well, this is mostly a never-before-heard track from Unbeatable. It's not a live performance, but all the performances in it are live, if that makes sense. That's because the guitarist is playing lead guitar and rhythm guitar and acoustic guitar and is the drummer, and our keyboardist is the cameraman. This should show you probably just how much work goes into even one of the songs on our 100% original soundtrack, which, by the way, starting right now, you can pre-order at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. That's right, at dcellgames.bandcamp.com. You can pre-order the soundtrack and you'll get all of the songs that we've shown off so far, including this one. Enjoy.
All right. This sounds cool, but I'm not going to sit here and talk over a song. Watch that. I'll catch that later. So that's Day of the Devs and the Summer Game Fest. What do you think? I thought Day of the Devs was way better than the Summer Game Fest stream. I thought that there was just way more stuff in the Day of the Devs stuff that this is probably one of the better the Day of the Devs showcases that I remember seeing in kind of recent memory. Summer Game Fest, some good Capcom stuff there. You get the the next batch of Street Fighter characters, you get Resident Evil 9. And the rest of it is a blur. It's like some stuff that's getting showed elsewhere, like the IO Interactive stuff, like they're going to have their own event. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. I'm kind of looking through some of the emails that have come in. Mouse PI looks good. They showed that. Zenless Zone Zero is now available on Xbox. Yeah, a lot of goop. Yeah, Atomic Heart 2 and that other Atomic. Yeah, that Lego Party thing. Oh boy. That Wu-Tang game. Yeah, I hope that turns out. I hope that game turns out. I don't know that it will. But that's, I would feel the same way about it. I think, again, like that whole thing of like full frame rate, how you're going to do it in and out of game and everything, like that's one that looks like it might be on the wrong side of that. But we'll see. And at least, it's nice to see a new Wu-Tang Clan game after all these years. Maybe they'll put out a new controller. So, that would be nice. A lot of goop, a lot of pussy, messy, gross looking stuff. I feel like we've kind of seen that over the past couple of years, that there's just been a real rise in goo. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of all this slop. I don't mean AI slop. I mean junky, like weird, pussy, messy, bloody, bleh. Just punching blisters and parrying attacks from giant tumors, and it's just there's a lot of it. Blighted looked good. They showed that Mind's Eye trailer that looked crazy. I wonder what that thing's gonna end up being, but anyway, that's gonna do it for me here. I am going to go see some games over the weekend, and I'll be posting stuff as I get it and get it all together, and we'll talk about it on the podcast next week. And that's going to do it for me here. Have a good rest of your Friday. I guess, yeah, it's Friday. It's Friday. Crazy. And I will see you on Tuesday for the podcast, or I'll see you on Sunday for the Microsoft thing. That'll probably be the next time you see me. We'll be streaming that Sunday, 10 a.m., I think it is. So yeah, have a good one, and I will see you soon. Bye.